Welcome to Run the Flood, our weekly Shadowrun 5e game. Before I begin fixing this, when we last left off, our party had recently been searching out for our villain of the hour, Augie, and some unfortunately kidnapped children. They had found the burger place where they suspected Augie may be, but in their researching of not only the place's defenses, they also discovered a warehouse that appears to be holding 8 victims of the uh, trafficking ring that they are investigating. The party is now at their car in a parking lot, well away from either of the places, deciding their moves. I believe the last time we left off, you all had decided that you were going to go to the warehouse beforehand. And I will let you all take it from here.
Right. So, the intent is to go after children first. I will have to see what I can do. You said there were how many people other than the children that were within the space?
Softy, do I remember? Did I really catch that, or did I just kind of see the kids?
Uh, 2 seconds. You from the outside, you were just able to witness, in a sense, the 8 individual children. You are aware that there are no other living things in that building.
Okay. I didn't see any living people in there, but probably security systems, if or maybe drones. I'm unsure.
All right. Well,
I can I can totally park outside and send my fly spies in and take a look around.
I think that will be best. I will, at the same time, drop in to AR. I will try to find if there are security systems at work. Yeah, so I think simultaneously that's what her and NJ are doing.
Yep. Once we get close enough that we park, that's what Jay's gonna do.
Um, do you know where would you like to start this? Like where you want to start to send them? This is a large scale warehouse, so it's got I think it's like 4 dock bay doors that you might be able to get a spy in. And there's also a large front door that would probably lead into some kind of office before you get into the warehouse proper.
You're muted. You're
I
muted.
guess I'd send one in through a front entrance and one in through a back entrance.
All right, so you send one fly spy. Yeah, you spend one. I can talk. You send one spy fly into the office area and are able to get in through a vent on top of the door. The other one swings around the back of the building and is able to slip under a slightly busted garage door. The one who enters the office finds that there appears to be some kind of drone that is sat in the center of the office. You're not sure what it's supposed to do. You cannot see any obvious guns, but you recognize this is some kind of hover drone, and it just seems to be set to hover there. Around the back of the building, when entering this large-scale warehouse, there are many boxes, many shipping crates and containers. The spy fly desperately seeks through this dark area, eventually finding a section guarded by 2 individuals. From your point of view with the spy fly, it looks like 2 people. They stand in front of a back room that's basically made out of shipping containers as walls and a ceiling. It's impossible to see inside, but you can maybe figure there's something important in that room.
Well, in the front office area, I see kind of some sort of hover drone, maybe a security drone, and then in the back, I see a shipping container that's guarded by two dudes. It's probably important.
Two dudes. Didn't you say you could not see any other living people other than the children?
I did not.
I mean, they look like two people to me.
Does that mean they're
Perhaps they are.
robotic, or can they maybe
They-
hide
They had
themselves from
no
you?
astral. They had no astral signature that I could see.
Mm.
They-
So they
for
might just be
the-
completely chromed out.
See the vampire people thingy?
No, vampires will still give off.
They
people
should,
with
unless
disease. They will still give off some kind of signature, I believe.
Because I remember they were pretty fun.
hold on, no, hold on. Knowledge. I'm feeling like a
I-
knowledge is
about
about
to
to be rolled
say.
here.
If you would
Yeah.
like to play that, it would be. Unless, do you have knowledge? You did have to have knowledge of HMHVV, or knowledge.
I did
of-
not.
Do you have a magical knowledge?
Go ahead. Mostly spirits. Let's see. Spirits is mostly where my magical expertise is. So if you're asking magical theory, nope.
If you would
I
like
mean,
to
we've-
try to roll a, I don't think there is an Arcana skill.
I mean,
It would
we've
effectively be
interacted-
defaulting on logic, I think. And I got like like 2.
Yes, if you want
I
to
mean,
try to
if-
default on logic.
Oh, boy.
We've interacted with individuals who have the condition, right?
Yes.
I don't know how you would want to do like an assist in here, but perhaps in us like telling him this is what the condition is, this is what they are like when you meet them, maybe that'll be something for him to like hone in on. Question mark?
You know what? I'm gonna this is just a difficulty thing. I will take 1 off the difficulty on my end because everyone's putting their brains together. Default on a logic roll for me. It may not be as
Me
hard as you
in
think,
particular.
unless someone
well-
else can do it. You know what? Also, I would let
at this-
rumors. You couldn't run rumors. If you
Okay.
want.
Okay.
You would probably be
I-
better off on this one than I would be at this point, sadly.
I'd
Okay.
forgotten rumors.
Yeah, okay, I'll do rumors. And hopefully that'll be something. It's a 3.
It's difficult for you. You feel, you kind of feel a bit rushed because you're a little bit worried about, obviously, there's children in there, but eventually down the line in one of the forums about HMHVV, one that actually does mention Frenzy's clinic in it, though it does not mention its location, you eventually find this description of HMHVV sufferers that go too far, that have lost completely. And it's basically a bunch of horror stories, but a couple of the stories come from magically inclined people who mention that these individuals disappear on the astral plane at a certain point, as if they've lost everything. They're gone.
Okay, so what I'm seeing here is perhaps we are dealing with less AI bot type of scenario, more people diseased with the vampire curse. There is a point where they cannot come back and gain humanity, and in doing so, they vanish on the astral plane. So they exist, except not really. I will drop into AR, see what else I can find. And I'll drop into AR to take a look within the... Unless it's VR, I can't remember which one it is, but I wanted to take a look at the systems within the warehouse.
Alright, dropping into the warehouse is much less. It has a host,
Mm.
but it is the best way to put it, it's almost like a host, but it's got an open door. You don't even have to hack it. You just walk into it. It's much less guarded than the burger joint was. It's got a very simple power structure. It doesn't even seem to have a camera system, which does seem a little odd. As, it's a warehouse. You wouldn't want people stealing. But all you can see on this line, you just see icon of power, lighting. That's it. You see one thing for a crane, and there's an odd icon you don't recognize. It doesn't come up as anything that you would know for a basic business, but it is located in the back of the building near where those children seem to be.
Okay, so the icon itself is what? Even if I don't recognize it, what does it look like?
It is it's almost like a slightly glitched out bat.
Okay. So I will then explain to everyone. I am feeling very suspicious. The children apparently are here, but this is next to no security. There's nothing here. I mean, you said there was the drone, but it is not connected to host or anything like that. So I can't see what type of machine it is. The most I see is for power lines and for the lights and things like that. But there is no security system whatsoever. There is a icon. It is like a broken, glitched bat, but it is back where I believe the children are. So I don't know if this is other child who can do what I do, and because of their circumstance, their icon is a little funny, but it's a lot less security than what I would have expected for children that are apparently high on a priority list. I mean, it's like an open door, which feels like a trap to me.
Could be either overconfidence, or it could be that the couple things they do have are overqualified.
Right.
That's probably more likely.
Either way, I don't like it. The one child who is at Burger Joint will not leave without friends, right? Assuming these are their friends. I don't know. I feel suspicion. There was so much security on Burger Joint with one child, with the I believe it was labeled as Snake child there. Intense security. I mean, there's a whole labyrinth set up in there. But here, where majority of children are, there is nothing. Except possibly 2 vampires.
Well, I don't think that one kid in the burger joint was for sale. I think that one might have been for keeps.
Right. Okay. Well, you have all the information. How do you want to do this?
How do I want to do this? All right.
I mean, as a group, how does everyone want to approach this?
Okay.
Well, I'll chill with Mojave and then use my drones to maybe give you guys cover.
Okay.
All right.
Mojave, you be ready to move quickly. Those children are going to need your help.
He gives 2 thumbs up.
All right. Then I'm assuming we're going in guns blazing then. With those 2 vampires, effectively.
Yes.
Ones that I'm pretty sure would want to eat us alive.
Oh, for sure. And apparently, some of us are more vulnerable than others to the bite. So we must be careful, but aggressive feels the way to go.
Well, our group's been pretty good at that so far.
Yes,
They're going to.
there is no communications for me to cut off here. Which is what I am a little bit concerned about. It feels like there should be some kind of communication, but there is none.
Well, I mean, they could always. It's pretty open in there, you said? Because, I mean, there's always yelling. They can always yell to each other.
No, I mean communication between locations.
No, I know, and things aren't that. People can run back and forth. It could be that they're just thinking, if things hit the fan, they're just gonna yell.
Okay. I think
That,
if anything, perhaps. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
That icon could be something of a tripwire.
Maybe. I don't know. Could also be one of those children.
Yeah, well, what door do you want me to go through? Front or back?
Well, from what Jason said, it is towards the back that the children are at. What I could see, they seemed deep within the building, so probably the back.
Okay.
I should be able to send my drones in to give you guys some cover. Hey, Softy, how
Yes.
loud is this neighborhood?
At this time of night, it's
Quiet?
sort of because it's sort of the off season for any of the workmen that would have been making a lot of
Yeah.
noise. It's not really any kind of weekend, so you don't got corporos partying or anything. It's kind of quiet.
So
How
it would
heavy are
draw
your
attention
drones?
if my links popped off.
Oh,
Oh,
absolutely.
for sure. For sure. I was gonna ask.
Break every
how
window
are-
within 300 yards.
Are the drones silent when they fly?
The roto drones?
Yeah.
They are. It's a very low hum. It depends. I'd say
Okay.
if they attempted to
Okay.
move very quickly, I would say they're probably going to be making a little more noise. But I mean, we've all heard drones. These are a little more
Right. So it wouldn't
sophisticated
feel out
than
of
that,
place.
so it's a bit quieter.
Okay. Right. Okay. Cool. All right, Cloud. Do you want me to go with you, or are you going to go with T? Either way is fine.
I feel like you'll still be able to do. Would you being able to see inside be able to help you anything with the techno
Yes.
babble?
Yes, I
Yeah,
mean,
direct
should
line of sight?
anything pop off? Yes, should anything pop off, I will be able to see it and handle it. But I am also okay at being sneaky, so I can do it by myself and be fine.
Scales, a sneaky snake.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. Well. How? So we're expecting these guys to be very, very strong right now, right?
Oh,
Disturbingly
yes.
so.
The two probably yes. I mean, they've lost any. I don't know what other way to put it, but humanity. So it's not like we are going to be able to talk it out with them.
Oh yeah, and didn't these folks kind of low-key declare war on us? Didn't that happen? I think I remember that happening.
Did that happen?
They-
Oh, you mean Monon and Go?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
Mono
these
and
folks,
Go.
isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Ah.
Said they
okay.
would find us and threat, because of video. Which is also why I'm a little
Well-
suspect of children being put in a place that is so low security. I mean, there is nothing. I should at least be able to pick up cameras. There's no cameras.
Okay.
Also, how are they trusting these two vampires to guard children?
I mean, we don't know that.
The kids are probably behind some kind of door, I would imagine.
Maybe, hopefully, because
I mean,
that's incredibly dangerous. Well,
Do we know if they're actually vampires?
it is possibility. They could be fucking robots for all we know, but
Yeah.
it's an explanation for why they did not show up on astral projection or plane. Actually, storyteller.
Yes.
Did they, when I looked on the AR and I was doing my investigating, did they pop up on there at all or no?
No.
I'm assuming no. But that's what I thought, yeah. I am. Then again, they could be a robot offline or even person who, whatever, chromed out
Like
and
us.
isn't
Scarecrow.
right. Yes, like Scarecrow, which is terrifying. But yeah, so that's what we're looking at.
Okay.
Either way, we should move quick.
All right. All right.
Yeah, I'll be back here in the van to clean up once the screaming stops.
Did we want to go in there sneaky or full blast? Full blast, right?
I am going in sneaky. T is going in full blast. You
Oh
get to
yeah,
choose
go in
which side
full
you want
blast
to
to make a lot of noise so Scales can do things when everybody's looking at all the noise.
Okay. Then I might go ahead and bring us someone that might be able to help out with that. Softy, I would like to summon a spirit, please.
All
Oh
right.
shit.
All right. So it is Force 6 was the
Okay.
intention.
All right.
And I hope I don't completely and utterly muck it up. So they roll 6 dice. I roll my shenanigans over here. 3. That could have gone better. But it will.
It's not garbage though. It's not garbage.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of spirit was this?
A guardian spirit.
The guardian spirit.
Yes, that is the combat spirit for the Aztec tradition.
Do you have any flavor you would like to place upon this guardian spirit?
This particular guardian spirit was going to have the optional powers of elemental attack and natural weapons. I was 100% just imagining lightning breathing Komodo style creature
Hey.
that is ready to rip and tear.
No, it's Sister ST as magic was never my forte.
Mm-hmm.
This summoning, it's not failed, is it? Or was it failed? I can't remember. Was it hitting the force or was it like half the force?
It rolls 6 dice. What did it roll?
That's right. Thank you very much. I could
Yes.
not remember.
Yes, it rolls 6 dice. Yes. And net hits are the amount of services it owes me until it is gone. And it fizzles if it rolls exactly the same. I would like to. I think I might need to do the edge beforehand, don't I? Okay. All right.
I mean, edges for a reroll. I would say that if it's the reroll you want, then no, I would allow that.
Okay. All right. I might go ahead and do that. How do I do the edge reroll here on this sheet?
There is at the very top of the sheet. There should be a little button for the edge that changes the way the dice work.
Okay. All right. So just hit summoning again.
Yes.
Do I hit it on the okay. I hate everything.
Yeah. Yeah. And do make sure
Alright.
you undo that
see.
that little toggle.
Yeah. Oh well. I will go ahead and roll the drain. To roll 6. And I take 1 stun. All right. This is already going well.
You attempt to pull the spirit out and then call him, and he just actually, as you attempt to call upon the guardian spirit that you have called on before, he fizzles, but he leaves you a small message that is relayed to you by Thortley. And he just says,
All right.
"It's dangerous here."
Excuse me.
And Poltley's just sort of in there going, "That's all he said before he left was, 'It's dangerous here.' He does not seem to want to form here or manifest."
That's good.
We might want to try doing this quietly.
All right.
I can stay
We
in the car.
most
Yeah.
The
certainly.
combat spirit does not wish to help us.
Oh, that's a good sign.
Oh. Okay.
Don't worry, we got T. He's basically a spirit of vengeance.
That is
That
very
is
true.
that's a good point.
Cloud, question. You said that it's the children. You said some of them were like me, yes?
Yes.
Okay. ST, is there a way for me to make a connection with these children and maybe start a fucking conversation? I don't know, but a way for me to connect with the children.
You
With it.
know that the only way to try to communicate like this, you would need to find, you need to actually be able to see their icon to reach out to them. But you notice
Okay.
when you look through here in AR, there aren't extra icons. There's the bat. That was the only
Mhm.
icon that seemed a bit odd. There's no other ones other than the bat.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
If they're unconscious, right? I think that's how that goes.
You know that
They
if
won't
they
show
are
up.
unconscious, they will
Yeah.
not show, as they are not on the unconscious or asleep.
Mm-hmm. So, okay. So, Broken Bat is how I'm referring to it. The Broken Bat icon was in the area with the other children.
Yes.
Were they sort of clumped up in an area?
The
Or
report
is
you
this
gained
just like a
from-
floating? Yeah.
Well, the report you gained from Cloud was that all the children were clumped in that area. You only see one icon, and on the in AR on the host's variant, it's in that zone, but the host isn't built to show you. You can
Right.
see the host, but you cannot see what's underneath it.
Right.
So the
So-
bat's just sitting there.
Okay. So one last question before we actually make a move here. Would dropping into VR, would that give me more insight?
It would not give you more insight, but it would make any other form of hacking, marking, things like that easier. But it would also put you in danger.
Okay. Right. Fuck. Okay. Fuck. Okay. I think I'm gonna. Oh man, am I gonna do this? I'm terrified. Okay, I'm gonna drop into VR, sort of without warning to the crew. Just fucking, she drops in the seat, and I am
Yep.
going to drop further into the VR, and I want to look. I want to see what I can see, and if it'll give me anything, even if it's like enemy shit.
Yeah. Once you've dropped into VR, the real world kind of fades away. You are nothing more than the Matrix. Everything around you is simply either the hosts or what is left of the grid as you stand here. The host before you is wide open, and it is not difficult to slide into it to go back to see what you had seen before. Here, I will also should have taken notes before, but that was on me. The drone that is supposedly in that front room You know there should be somewhere in here. There is nothing in here. There's no icon for a drone of some kind.
Mm. Okay.
The broken bat
That is very
that
strange.
is an icon. Now that you are fully VR and you are attempting sort of like really looking strictly VR, you do notice that the broken bat itself is a true like avatar icon. So it is this glitched out bat that sits upside down, hung on the ceiling. Eyes are closed. It just sits there and glitches ever so often.
Okay.
But what that does tell you is that is a persona. That's an icon of a person. That's an avatar for a
Okay.
person. You can tell
Okay.
that by
Now,
looking at it.
is this avatar like kid-sized or like adult bat size?
Well, it's a very large bat, but you also would know that the
Yeah.
way you look on the Matrix doesn't truly mean anything compared to what you look like. in real
Yeah.
life. You can look
Right.
however you want. This could
I
be
know
a
this because I
child.
often hide myself. Yep. Okay. Great. So good. Love hearing that. Cool. Son of a bitch. Okay. And then I don't see anything else other than this upside down bat.
Yes, and it just seems to be idle, other than the glitching ever so often that shifts its form.
Ooh, child, the the chaos gremlin in me is like, poke it. Actual me is like, go the opposite direction. Okay. Cool. This is great to know. And then I can't see anything else in this fucking room. Okay. You know what? I am going to slither back out, and I'm gonna wake up in the car. Takes me a minute.
Yeah,
But
yourself
eventually,
safely out of.
There was a
Yeah.
moment of when Morningstar suddenly collapsed, like the rush forward is okay. Poke, poke.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right, thing.
I come back, and I say, right. So here's what I'm noticing. Drone, not actually there at all. There should be some kind of icon, some kind of something that I should have been able to see. It's a shell. Very similar to this warehouse itself. It is a shell. And the one icon I could see was avatar of bat hanging upside down. And so could be adult technomancer as security, or it could be child who is in a strange state and is just existing in that way at the moment.
It might be the other child in the burger joint.
Other child in burger joint was Snake. But in VR you can be anything, so perhaps that is how they are protecting their friends? We won't know until we get inside, so I think we go in stealthy. Perhaps I know stealthy is not your way, but you still go through back, but maybe don't punch wall, you know? Maybe don't go in loud. Go more intimidation than brute force.
Intimidate the guys who are so dead they don't appear.
No, I mean,
Astrally?
okay, intimidation probably not word that is appropriate. I mean, like go quiet and be just like
Sure.
big that way, but you know, don't kick the door down when you enter.
Okay.
Should I like send my drones both with T since he's going loud, or do you want me to send one drone to kind of hang back with you guys?
Am I going?
Lit-
loud?
No, we're all going quiet because I don't know what's in there. There's just not enough information. But I do think that at least one drone should be with T, just in case.
Oh,
Yeah.
Unless if you guys want a drone, I'll split them up between you guys. If not, I might just send both with T.
I will not say no to extra help. So
Same.
send the drone with us.
Okay. Do you want me to bust out my links? Might be a little loud for this area.
I think we leave links in car unless you hear me be like fucking Mayday, bring out the links. You know what I'm saying? But for now, drones will do.
Oh, I'll just send one drone with each
Okay.
group.
Cloud, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
You must
Let
be
me.
careful.
Hmm?
I just want to know.
You must be careful.
Sorry, I just want to know. We have in line Mojave's at the car. Morningstar and Cloudy are going to one entrance. T
Yes.
is going to the other. Where is Jason going? Is Jason staying at the car or going with like T?
Jason's in the car with Mojave, and he's sending one drone with T. He was going to send both drones with T, but I think now he's going to send one drone with T and one drone with the other two because they wanted backup.
All right.
Because I could try doing the spirit one more time, but this one might not go quite so well.
No, if it's.
But if I can manage it,
Yeah.
I'll try and make this one be a little bit more subtle than the last one. And if I can get it here, I'll go ahead and have the drone go with T. But this will be my last attempt at this. Different spirit, this time with a power known as concealment. Basically makes us harder to see. Shocker.
Nice.
Let's try this one. One more. 4. Okay. Also, yeah, let's stick with rating 6.
Okay.
And hopefully not cry.
Better, much better.
1 service. Oh boy. So this one can either help us in combat or it can just use the power to make us much harder to see.
I think in this case, much harder to see is better.
Okay.
And this
Let me
is
go
a
ahead.
guardian spirit, if I'm correct.
Actually, yeah, this was going to be another guardian spirit, but basically pops in concealment. Let's see, how long would this normally last? Come here, spirits. Okay, and it is sustained. So basically, it's going to just kind of follow us around to just keep us harder, difficult to see. All right.
Okay.
All right. All right. Everyone's set?
And then, yep. And I have a question for T. Did you want me to try to, well, speed you up in case things hit the fan?
I mean, that's your choice. If you do that for me, are you going to be able to help yourself later?
Hold on, let me actually do the thing. Alrighty. I get a sudden headache, as must done increases. But yes, I should be fine.
Sure.
Come here, you. Actually, first aid applies to stun too, right?
I don't believe it does. I don't think anything but time can cure stun damage.
Gotcha. Okay, then
there
I
are drugs
am
that can do
as
it.
is. I have a patch.
Fistful of Advil.
Let's see. A stim patch. That's a thing. But that will be used for later.
Yeah.
All right. All right. If you don't think you need it with the extra drones, then don't.
I think we will be okay with what we have.
All right.
We just move smart and be careful, especially if the spirits gave you warning that here is dangerous.
Mm-hmm. All
Eyes
right.
on the back of your head and all that. Let us go. And Morningstar will slip from the car, having pulled her hood up.
Same.
Mm-hmm. I'll go ahead and put on my little helmet and head on out with them.
All right. We are gonna go with the people entering the front first. Were you entering the front past the drone, I assume, or were you trying to go through a different door on the side?
How many doors are there?
There are along one side, which is the parking lot. There are 4 bay doors that a truck would come up to, and you'd open the door. There is one door out front that seems to lead into an office, and there is when the spy fly was in there, was another door was visible that would lead into the actual warehouse.
Okay, yeah, I think we're gonna. Well, I think I'm gonna go through the front door, only because it's noisy to roll up a truck bay door.
Oh.
So.
Oh wait, this concealment power can affect 6 people. Never mind. The drones and T are also affected. Okay.
Everyone is concealed. Yeah,
Yep.
but I think we're gonna go through the front door.
Right? As you enter through the front door, you are confronted with what appears to be a drone, and you understand that this hover drone is not hovering. It is suspended from the ceiling by monofilament wire.
Okay.
And
As soon as we're. Oh, go ahead.
It does not appear to be suspended like this is not someone who tied it to it like an ornament. It is wrapped messily and constantly around the body of the drone through its blades and up into the ceiling around a rafter and then back down. And from here you can see that the ceiling is marred. There is black, almost black markings on the ceiling that appear like hands or scratches. And this marring of the ceiling continues towards the door, towards the warehouse, which is actually busted slightly. It is not open, but it is slightly ajar and off kilter. And this marring goes from the center point of the ceiling, almost scratching and sliding till it goes through the top of the door, all along the ceiling.
What the fuck? First off. Second, I would just want to check around the room. Essentially, Shadowrun's version of I'd like to check for traps. Because you're mentioning wires and scratch marks and stuff like that. I just want to see if there's anything.
Yeah, is there more monofilament wire hide just beyond the door that we're about to chop our feet off with? Kind of shtick.
Yeah, or even you pull something and you hear suddenly a click and a fucking wall explodes. I want to check for traps.
Of course. Just one moment.
I of course would have pointed these things out silently to Cloud so that he can also be looking.
I suppose I would say an intuition and logic roll to search this room.
Okay.
Not a perception? There's perception, but if it's doing a more thorough
I'm gonna do
search,
it this way.
I don't know. Okay.
I decided it to give people a little bit of a better shot.
Okay, so you said logic.
Some people.
Logic or intuition.
No,
I'm gonna
logic
use
and
logic.
intuition together. This is going to be an attribute roll.
Oh, okay. I don't know how. How do I do that
You
again?
would tap logic or intuition, both work. And then
Oh,
when the
that's right.
thing comes up, just no modifier.
Oh, gotcha,
Tap
gotcha.
another an attribute,
Yes.
no modifier.
Okay. So logic, intuition. Here we go. Please give me a decent roll. What did I get? Not terrible.
That's actually perfect.
Okay, great.
That's well over perfect.
Okay.
Searching this room, you cannot see any more monofilament from the ceiling. There appears to be, as you carefully move around the room, you see a spool of monofilament, like, behind the desk of this office. And you could see that this spool clearly is, like, a made product. Like, it's still on its almost factory product spool. And the packaging's just been torn open. So this monofilament was already here in the warehouse. And whatever did this just tore it open and used it to take out the drone.
Okay. So I think we're okay for now. Yes. Well, yeah, I think once we sort of discover that, we'll move carefully to the kind of slightly broken door. If there's a gap in which I'd be able to, like, peek an eye through, I would like to do that. And just see what I see.
You are able to, without too much effort, gently squeeze yourself to look through a slightly ajar point. And as you look in, this long corridor goes all the way back. All shipping containers, crates, stacked up nearly to the ceiling. An errant forklift sits in the corner. And you do see, in the distance of the back of the warehouse, there are what look like two gentlemen. They're not moving. You cannot see their faces. They have a light directly on top of them, and they have a helmet on, and you cannot see their face. And they're simply standing on either side of a makeshift door of a room built out of shipping containers. And the other thing you notice in this room is where this sort of, like, hall ends, right before a slight open space before that little room. There's a turn, like you wouldn't be able to see around it, and you can see this pool of dark liquid is just slightly peeking out from around this corner. In this lower light environment, you're not able to tell its, say, color or anything. It just looks dark.
I'm gonna make this assumption that it's blood. I relay this in, like, that whisper that is just barely audible. I will say that to Cloud. That, everything I see, including the dark pool, and that someone else has been here.
I'll go ahead and not even speak back and just text a message to you with image link and send it to you, just to even eliminate that. Just be like, oh, okay. That it. There's just the two bogeys.
It's just them.
Dark spot.
She'll text back, yeah. She'll just message back. It's just those two. They're wearing helmets. They're not moving. They're stationed just outside a door of a makeshift room.
Softy, is that the room that the kids might have been in behind those crates?
Yes, given that location, that's definitely the location of the children.
I'll pass it along. That's where the kids are.
Okay. I will send, almost forward that message to T, and essentially letting him know that there's the two individuals with the helmets, but that there is clearly signs of someone else having been here, and destroyed a lot of things. There's possibly a dead body up ahead, bodies, and that the children are in a makeshift room made out of shipping containers. It's an entity. Right. How do we want to enter? Because I don't think it's going to be quiet with how this door looks.
On the note of entering and being quiet, sliding over. Hey, how are you entering the building?
Like I've got a health bar and a name. He just walks up to the back door and just tries to open it.
You pull on the. My brain melted on that word. The docking bay door, and it slides up easily. It wasn't locked or held down. You're just able to shift it upwards, and it's a metal door. It does make a noise. It's impossible to do this quietly.
The spirit is trying to conceal everything it's doing. -6 to
spirit is-
perception, cry.
The spirit's doing its best, but about a foot off the ground, you feel the door start to pull away from you. If you'd like to roll me reaction. Let's see, what is it? I guess defaulting on a reaction roll, proper defaulting, to try to catch this before it auto pulls itself away as its spring connects and starts to drag itself up.
Sure.
Spirit just lying on the scene like a blanket.
Would my arms assist with this at all? Their agility at all? Or is it pure reaction? Just
Pure reaction time, because this is not difficult for you to do. This is just like, did you even realize what was happening?
so second attribute is none.
Yeah, no, this is yeah.
All right, just making sure before I roll anything. 2.
You almost manage to catch it, but it falls away from your hand, and when it hits the top, and right about that point, Cloud and Morningstar hear it. This metal door reaches its apex and just crashes and clatters throughout the entire warehouse. But, Morningstar, you can see
Yes.
the two men
Yes.
do not move. They don't turn their heads. They don't move. They just
They're
stand
not
there.
reacting. I don't think they are alive any longer. I think Day was right. They are like scarecrows.
Well,
Go ahead.
Well, this is going on. Like Jay would have one of his iFlies kind of following the one group, and he has drones with T, so he's kind of like watching what's going on. And he just leaned back over to Mojave. Hey, Mojave, I don't know if there's anyone in here. It's kind of weird. No one's reacting to nothing.
Maybe it's bait in a trap, Mojave says as he's just idly spinning his sketchy health potion over and over in his hand, watching the bubbles go from one end to the other. The mysterious
Yeah.
green goo bubbles.
I'm thinking maybe.
I think that like paranoia is like up here right now for Morningstar. And she's just going to like pull open the door. Because at this point there's already been noise. So pulls open the door, and she is going to creep along in the shadows till she gets to the pool or to that like turn off point, and just turn her head slightly in that weird kind of snake-like way to see if there is one dead body or multiples that are all over the floor.
As you approach this liquid, it moves. The whole pool
Mhm.
No.
slides back
No.
and slides its way away from you as you come around the corner. You see it seep its way up a wall, leaving behind these odd black markings. Black and reddish brown now in this fluorescent lighting. As it
I don't
seeps
like
its
it.
way up, over, and out of a top window. And disappears.
Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Oh no. 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 No.
How
No.
do
No.
I
Oh
get
god.
it? How do I get it? I don't know how to get it. I don't deal with that. I do other things, not that. Seems more like your thing.
And it wasn't like astrally perceivable, right?
It wasn't when you were looking in astral. It wasn't when you assensed. There wasn't a spirit there.
I guess I'll
So-
try and flashing get a glimpse of it in case it's a spirit, like before it slips out of sight. But
Right before it slips out of sight, you flash up your astral. You look and you see something awful. Many limbs, bodies, torso pieces stitched together. This is blood magic. Flayed skin that lays out and is sewn. This is some deep, deep blood magic shit. And you watch as this
Oh,
thing skitters
God.
along, realizing its leftovers in the physical world are accurate to how it moves on stubs and ribs and arms.
and it's what, attempting to flee, or is it just getting around for a better angle kind of thing?
It crawls up the wall and slides out of a top window. It seems to be running away.
Hmm.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Is
Softy,
Yeah.
I have two different bound spirits.
All right. And what?
One of them is a combat spirit. The same
like-
a similar guardian as the one before.
You'd like to call upon this guardian spirit?
I would like to call to this guardian spirit and say, "Get it."
Is there anything specific that these bound spirits do, or is it simply spirit v spirit here?
It is a Force 6 spirit, a guardian spirit with the powers. Hold up, which one did I pick for this one? I think I picked much the same as the last one is going to do for this initial fight. Basically the same one, but I was just a little bit different. With
Alright.
the lightning breath and big old claws, and just ready to tear things apart.
A dragon?
Not quite. It's still humanoid. It is still humanoid.
Yeah.
Lizard person.
But definitely a bit lizardy, yeah.
Yeah.
You
Cool.
summon forth. Is this guardian spirit? Well, actually, you realize that the thing you saw is not actually manifested. So I assume this spirit is going to remain astral to go attack.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Uh,
Gonna be, and just to delay them, as I'm just kind of like, I'll go see what I can do about that.
Okay.
And kind of zip around the outside
So you
Okay.
send
and
as
then
my
I
spirit
will
comes up to
go-
distract it.
right. Your spirit sees and clambers up the wall as fast as it can, chasing down this blood spirit. And you turn around. You're trying to get outside alongside of it. So
Mhm.
you leave. Currently now in the room, we have Morningstar. T, you have now walked up and entered properly, I assume.
yeah, T is looking for these kids.
Yeah,
Uh,
as soon as I see Cloud leave, I go in because I know that T is going to be coming in. So
you approach the two individuals, and they do not respond. They appear dead, and when you have attempted to get to the doorway that they would have been guarding, you can finally see behind them. The reason that these individuals are still standing is that, originating seemingly from inside either one of these containers or the other side of a wall, are almost on each these spikes. that pierce out and have stabbed into these gentlemen. More than likely, these were immediate. But these spikes have not dissipated and are simply holding them up. The spikes are
Okay.
bone-like, with reddish-brown coloration all upon them.
I don't like that at all. Cool. I'm like in AR, right? And I'm going to send a little snake guy to the bat.
Little snake over to the bat. You gonna poke the bat?
Yeah, little snake go in and just like, hey, here to help. Like non-threatening snake.
Yeah, you basically are attempting to message this user.
Yeah.
You send out a message. The bat does not respond. The bat almost seems to shift to open its eyes. And if the best way to put it is, rubber banding in games.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yikes.
It's like it shifts, opens, attempts to see, and then rubber bands back to its sleeping state. And it does that a few times before it just seems to crush in more and sleep harder, is the best way to put it. Still glitching as it goes.
So as if something's keeping it asleep.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna go towards the door and, fingers crossed that T is right around the corner. Go towards the door and I'm gonna get down kind of low. And I'm just gonna do a single, knock on the door. And see if I can hear anything, a reaction from the other side.
You knock upon the door, there is no reaction.
Okay. That's cool. So the spikes themselves, they seem like they're coming from in the container, or as if they're attached to the exterior of the container and came out.
From what you can tell from the torn metal, it looks like they came from inside the container or the other side of the container.
Ooh, child. Okay.
These things are either 2
we-
feet long or 5 feet long, so you don't know.
Right. So it's looking dicey either way. Cool. I am going to very slowly attempt to open the door.
You open the door, and immediately there is this gentle mist that seems to come out from behind the doorway. It's cold
Don't
to the
like that.
feel, kind of like fog,
Yeah.
or like when you open a freezer. And the minute
Yeah.
the door is open, you can tell this room is cold. It's not freezer cold. It's just a little hot in the warehouse, but it's chilly, like a beer cooler or something.
Right.
Once the door is open, you are confronted with 8 coffin-like devices. They are all stood up, and 6 of them have individuals in them. These machine items do appear to have some form of vital sign computer attached to them, showing heartbeat, oxygen level, things like that. Near the one side of you, there are 2 of them that are empty currently, though their occupants are visible. One of them is what appears to be a young man of about maybe 13, early teenager. He is simply laid against a wall, and you can see blood is dripping out of his nose as if he had a nosebleed. And he appears unconscious.
Okay.
Though you can tell that his eyes are open. Like they're lowered, like lidded, but they're open.
Yeah.
The other occupant you can see is a much older young man, probably around the ages of 17 to maybe even 18. But still very young in the face. He is in one hand gripping some kind of skull of I mean, fetish is a magical fetish. And in the other, he holds an obsidian knife. And I'm not going to describe any more, but he is sitting in a pool of what does appear to be his blood. You can tell from his movement, he is breathing. He is not dead, but he is breathing.
Okay.
And you can see all around him and on the wall near his container are all of these dark, black, scratchy marks intensely all over this place.
Oh shit. Okay.
And,
So but they are breathing.
Yes. they are
Jay
breathing.
would say to Mojave, "Hey, yo, Mojave, it looks like they could really use a medic in there."
If I may
Yeah,
cut you
I
off
think-
for a moment, Jay, please roll intuition and reaction right now.
Yes. Wait. Just hold on.
No, don't worry. Need any help, just tell me.
Okay, there we go.
Okay. Doing some math real quick. As you call out to Mojave, you hear a odd noise. A noise like meat being cut and a choking sound. As you turn around, Mojave is currently pinned to the ground by a large metal spike of some kind, some sword-like object. There is an individual who is now standing directly in front of you and attempts and succeeds in punching you in the face. If you would do me a favor, drop your sun tracker to 0. You are now knocked out.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Mojave, you are still conscious as this individual walks away. He is wearing a mask, he is in dark clothing, and he simply leaves into the shadows and leaves you there. You have one action that you may perform.
Would it do me any good to drink the potion?
It would stabilize you.
Okay, I'm drinking my mysterious goo potion.
You drink the potion to stabilize you as your last little bit of consciousness fades away. You are stable, but you have also fallen unconscious while pinned to the ground. The other 3 inside are not aware of this.
Do the drones start acting weirdly?
They seem to shift for a minute, fall a little bit, but then, right themselves. Though they do seem to be in a
Okay.
pattern of... They were following you, but now their pattern seems to be a little bit off. More like they are strictly autopilot, just... Instead of seeking, they're just following. Literally just camera, sensor focused on you. And just follows you. Doesn't seem to do anything else. Unfortunately, our snake has had to walk away.
Yeah. Because another thing that the team don't have yet are frickin' biomonitors. That's a thing. That's a thing that needs to change.
Our snake, she has returned.
I have returned, sorry.
So,
right.
what you missed was both Jason and
Yes.
Mojave are currently knocked out outside. Mojave is now stable.
My
All
fucking
3
God.
individuals inside
Okay.
are unaware. They're unaware of this.
Amazing. Well, I love to hear it. That's so great. So Morningstar shuts the door so that she is in here with these children. And then she is going to send out message to T. Am inside, have children. Two seem incredibly hurt. Then she is going to, like, essentially attempt to call Mojave. Oh, Mojave doesn't have a fucking phone. God damn it.
But she could try to call
never
Jason.
mind. I can try to call Jason. So yeah, I'll try to call Jason. And I think, you know, she's like, come on, pick up. And when there's no answer, panic sets in. And she is like, well, T, are you there? And tries to call him.
I entered the closest to the kids. I don't know where I am or what I've been doing. Softy, what am I doing?
You entered the closest to the kids. When you had entered, you were basically, I had imagined, you were literally on the other side of the door. You didn't really need to get called. It's not a very far walk. But you had entered in alongside of Morningstar, basically. You two are basically standing next to each other.
You hear, like,
okay, then never mind.
And he's, like, right around the other side. He's like, oh?
She probably, like, jumps a little bit. She's like, fuck, get in. Get in.
I will just sort of just to clean this up. Cloudy, by the time you get outside, this creature, blood spirit as it might have been, is dead. It's been shattered by your guardian spirit. Just the difference in force was immense.
Oof.
One shot.
Wonderful.
I was doing that in the background. So by the time you come around, your combat spirit is standing on top of it, crushing the last little bit of it.
Wonderful.
So I guess I'm going to go ahead and try and, like, see, like, was this spirit bound? Because if it was, I should be able to get, like, a magical signature.
Yeah, would you like to roll sensing?
Yes, please. That is a 4.
Yes, you roll sensing. You are able to tell this was a bound spirit, and you can get this signature off of it. And you can almost see as this thing disappears, this binding leads inside. Whoever summoned this is inside that building.
Shit.
It
was one of the fucking kids.
I will give, as you are still in a sensing and you can see the children. You can see that one of those bodies, their glow, their essence is fading fast.
Yet. Frickin' book it.
You can book it back inside. T and Morningstar, you'll probably have enough time for a little bit of conversation before Cloudy comes rushing in.
Yeah, I let him know the things we found, right, with the fucking weird shit going on, and that I couldn't get a hold of Jay, and then just sort of, show, like, those children are attached to machines. This one is clearly dying, and I need Mojave to come in here and save them. I am going to go up to the one that's still breathing, or, well, the one that was holding the obsidian knife and the little, what did you call it? A fetish?
A fetish.
Skull fetish, yeah.
Skull fetish.
Yeah, I'm going to kind of go up to them and just put a very gentle hand on their foot. And I'm going to say, I am here to help. I don't know if you can hear me, but if you can, blink.
Also, for the record, I did give you all a mysterious green goo potion.
Yes, everyone actually does have a potion that could heal or stabilize at any point in time.
I need a blink. I need to know that he is conscious.
I'll give that he's at least breathing. Consciousness, he moves his head slightly. His eyes won't open, but he is moving.
Okay.
But it's a
Okay.
very weak movement.
Right, okay. I am here with friends and we are going to save you. I'm going to give you medicine and hopefully it will help you. Okay? And she is going to kind of move forward, kind of not caring that there's this blood everywhere. And she is going to like just gently kind of put them on her shoulder, their like head, and then tip it back so that she can pour that potion into their mouth. To try to heal them or stabilize them, whichever.
They drink it down. They cough a little bit, but they are stabilized. They
Okay.
flutter their eyes open a little bit as they look at you. They seem a bit confused, but quickly they are like falling asleep as they still have lost most of their blood.
Yeah, so they're not doing great. Okay. You said there was another younger boy next to them, and they just look like they have a nosebleed, right?
Yes, they are sat on the ground, seemingly. It's hard to tell. Their eyes appear to be open, but they have a nosebleed, and they're just laying there, staring.
I am going to check their pulse.
Their pulse is rapid, but it is okay.
Okay. And they say, okay, I'm gonna grab their hands and be like, we're going to get you out of here, okay? You and your friends. And I am going to look to T and be like, we need to get them out of here now, all of them. And look at the coffins that have other children in them.
There's a variety of children, but I will give the most important thing for you. The very back, in one of the last ones, is Bunny. Is the girl.
Yep.
She is there.
Okay.
And I'm
I
going
think
to give
that's probably
right now,
the first one I go to.
you all are fairly certain you are not going to be able to fit all 8 children into Jason's car.
If I don't go in the car, how many can we get in there?
You are not going to be able to fit all 8 in that car.
Can I call my car to the scene?
You could. Would you all like a common sense?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, please.
The person who sent you on this mission
Right.
wanted to simply find the children, as well as Augie's death. But your
Yes.
main goal was just Augie's death. Assumingly, transport for individuals like this who are injured probably would be able to be gotten from Starry Eyes if someone called her.
Okay. Cool. I just looked at T and I'm like, I need to get them out of here. All of them. Can you...
T has been standing there watching and listening with a very detached interest of someone performing routine maintenance on a couple of hamsters. But when she's like, he really does not give a shit what happens to them individually. But when Scales is like, I need to get them out, he's like, okay. He'll produce his phone and just shoot a text to Starry Eyes, the address they're at, how many, what they've got.
I think
And
like
that's the message.
I think T like would see that there is obviously like a fierce need to protect these children, but more than anything she would see like absolute fear, or he would see absolute fear in her eyes, and it's not for herself, it is for these children. And that like when she says like I need to get them out, like she's essentially like begging him, get them out. you
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah. And while
so,
he is
yeah.
a bit vacuous on that end, he's like, yeah, that's just a text. Yeah, hold on.
Cool.
So,
I will say
I'm
you
assuming
get a.
Cloudy is with us.
Cloudy has busted back in the door right about the time T sends the message. Yes, Cloudy busts in.
Okay, great.
I will give T. You immediately get a response back of 5 minutes. There will be a truck.
Yeah, as soon as Cloudy busts in, she like just points at the two children, very much like they need help. I tried stabilizing the one. I think it worked. I don't know. And then is like,
And that's the one that cannot be done anything for anymore.
Magic healing.
what?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right, because we stabilized.
Normal healing before magical healing.
Yeah.
Do we?
in
Where's?
5 minutes, there will be a truck for the kids.
Okay. Okay.
Where's Mojave?
I don't know. I couldn't get a hold of Jay.
The car, I assume.
Do you think something happened to them?
Jesus Christ. Zip on back to the car. I didn't think there were.
Yeah.
I'm very protective over these children,
Right,
so I
so-
remain. T
I'm
and Cloud can go if they want to.
So this scene that's about to happen,
Yeah.
T and Morningstar are not going to see it, or so is just Cloudy going to see it, or is T also going to go outside?
T looks indifferent. He's not super concerned by them not answering. Maybe they're having a poo, but he'll stay with Scales and the kids because that seems to be very important to her. And I mean, Jay and Mojave, they can take care of themselves.
Can they?
Cloudy,
Cannot.
you take shortest possible route, which is out one of the garage doors, and you rip up the one closest to you, and you are greeted with a scene. Jason is sprawled on his back, unconscious, next to his drone control unit, and farther near the back of the car, Mojave's hat has hit the ground. On his back, and this large, straight metal blade has been slammed into his stomach. He is pinned to the ground, and there in his hand, you can see from here, there's the bottle of his potion.
Cloudy is gonna curse quietly under his breath while walking up to Mojave. All their wounds are fully sealed, right? Freaking
Around the
magical
sword.
healing. Yeah. This is.
Also, since even though it is slightly against the norm, Jason, I will allow you to wake up. You may regain 1 of your stun damage and awaken.
Jay will groggily start waking up. What's going on? My head's killing me.
Our doc got stabbed. As I rush
got-
into the car to grab the med pack, or just move the med pack into position.
Oh,
I'll go ahead and buzz a message to T. Just be like, "Hey, I might need your help. Removing something real quick."
Oh, look at that. I'll be right back.
All right. When he goes, she shuts the door.
That's fair.
Yeah, like I remember looking back to tell Mojave that you guys found some injured kids, and then like there's Mojave with this spike in his stomach. I go to tell you guys, and the next thing I know, there's a fist in my face, and that's it. Like you look away for 1 second and get a fist to the face.
While he is leaving, he will look in at Scales. Do you want me to lock this?
No, it's all right. Go
Okay.
help them.
And then With no urgency, T will walk back out to the car.
Obviously, when T exits through that door, he is greeted with the exact same sight. Although in this one, Jason is currently sat on the ground next to his remote control thing, rubbing the back of his head.
And fucking Mojave does
In
not
like a
look like
butterfly to
car
the
with
back
a
of the truck.
does
Yes.
not look like a split fire would because he took his potion. So he just looks like he's laying in some strawberry jam because he's all healed up.
Oh no, the
On
sword
the
is still in
outside?
him.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You
So
know,
he
he's
healed
pinned
around
to the
it?
car with a sword. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. T will just. He spends a long time just looking at it. It's just like hands on his hips, just looking it up and down. Yeah, I don't. think
I'm
he
not
can pull that
unpinning
off.
this one.
I don't.
Yeah, I'm not
Like a
unpinning this one.
disappointed dad. Like a
What if I-
disappointed dad just looking down. Like, God damn it.
I'd be a bit worried that if I pull this out, it'll undo.
Which is why
Wait.
I plopped down the big ass med kit I just pulled in from the car and
Oh.
rubbing my hands.
All right, you ready?
Good as I'm gonna be.
1 foot on Mojave, both hands on the sword.
And ready
Like
to
a
try and
big-
catch Mojave
Like a-
as they
like a-
come loose.
Like a big
Oh my
splinter.
guts are
I'm just
coming
gonna.
out. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
coming out.
It's the sword in the stone.
Yeah, he's like, okay,
Oh, God.
yep. He gives Cloudy like one more, like, oh, okay, count of 3, and then if I get to 3, yoink.
You were real dumb
I am
today.
letting you count to 3.
When you pull the blade, it's mostly stuck in the car than anything else. As it pulls out, it's razor sharp, and it just slides out. And as Mojave falls into your arms, Cloudy, you turn him over, and you watch as his stomach wound knits back together, as the potion is slightly delayed in its effects. He has now succumbed to magical healing, meaning
Yep. Well, those wounds stitched together. So that was the primary concern.
there is a bruise that does appear to be pooling or happening along his stomach line.
Like internal bleeding bruise or like
Yeah.
a regular
It
bruise?
appears to be like it is spreading fast and quick. It does appear to be internal bleeding of some kind.
If y'all don't heal my brother, I'm going to scream.
I
Uh,
can't.
In all of this chaos, you can hear behind you these screeching tires as what comes around the corner is a large black truck. It appears sort of like a short-ended delivery truck of some kind. Along the side of it is this very simple lettering that just says Moon Deliveries. And 2 gentlemen come out the front of it, and they simply give out, "Sorry, I sent us. Where's the kids?"
Right.
Point
this way.
towards inside.
Yeah, Teal showed
As
him.
One of the guys follows T. The other guy comes up to Mojave and is just, "What the fuck happened to him?"
Got impaled by a sword into the truck. I point at the hole that's still in the truck.
Shit.
He looks like he got his potion off, or down a potion. So I'm not sure what else I could do. So
He doesn't look good. Let me text the boss for you guys. Guys are on a job for us, so. And he kind of turns around and just starts messaging someone. A little while later, and it's the gentleman. We'll do the Morningstar one because I think this is now that I saw her come back.
I'm here. Hello. Sorry.
T leads one of these gentlemen in to the thing, and the door opens to T and the door opens for you, Morningstar, and it's T and some gentleman you've never seen before. And he simply immediately rushes in and is immediately like looking down, sees those two kids, looks over to sees the coffins, and is immediately just starting to smack like he knows how to operate them, immediately punching in codes that starts draining the fluid from these like weird tanks that these children are held in. And he's just starting to do it to all of them.
Okay, yeah. Once Bunnies is completely drained, Morningstar will open it.
Once you open it, there's like an odd noise, and then she kind of falls forward. There's a tube in her nose. One slightly like a smaller one, but it's in her mouth. Trying to pull it out, it's basically it's like a feeding tube, and to pull it out is looks uncomfortable, but
Gross.
she is unconscious for the entire thing. She does not seem to be waking up. Breathing fully normal.
I'm gonna slowly. Yeah. Gonna just slowly remove it, and then remove the nose piece. And I think there's a little bit of like relief. There's a little bit of relief, but then there's also like unfettered rage written on Morningstar's face. I think it's a combination of like the medical aspect of all this and her own past, but also that these are children that were going to be used for something and given away, and you know, it does not sit well with her. So she's like holding on to this little girl, but her eyes are kind of middle distance staring and just livid, just fury on her face. Yeah.
So, all of the children, the gentleman, requests your assistance, but you remove the tubes, pull them out of the coffins, and are quickly as possible putting them into the back of this dark truck. And the man outside with Cloudy comes around, and he just looks over and goes, "Hey, boss is going to send you an address. If you take him there, well, says Frenzy might be able to help."
There is one more child. Not here, at different location.
Another child? Where?
The burger joint.
The one
Snake.
we passed?
Yes.
With the cops out front?
What?
And you see, as you look down the way, out front of this burger joint are two LA police department cars.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna roll local rumors to see if anything, has popped up of like, what happened at this burger joint?
That's perfectly good. That's perfectly fine.
We're looking at a 6.
I
really want to know.
You get a hold of a place that's basically it's a police scanner, and you get the information that officers are responding to a domestic incident involving cybernetic individuals at this particular burger place. It is stated it is, it's just simply officers be aware, they're about to start calling in security forces. Individual is believed to still be on scene. Things like that. So apparently something happened. attack or incident occurred along with a cybernetic individual, and so they're starting to call in a security force that's more built to handle that.
Son of bitch. Okay. I relay all that information to the group, and I look at Jay and I look at T, and I'm like, you two cannot be seen right now. Especially you two. I'm gonna do something very reckless. Feel free, ST, to give me common sense if you should so choose. But I am going to take off running down the road. But I'm going to, if it's possible, because I don't remember exactly the layout, but I want to kind of go through alleyways so that I end up essentially behind the burger joint building rather than coming from like the main street. You know what I mean?
It's not impossible for you to do that, but common sense here is more for everybody. Mojave needs to see a doctor, which means
Yeah, 100%.
people need to take Mojave. So if you want to run off, that is perfectly on. You are allowed to do that. You can do that. Mojave needs to leave immediately. You will be left behind.
Right, that's fine. I will immediately say to them, get Mojave to the doctor. Just go. I will find you, and I'll take off. Because I don't know what's happening, and I don't trust what's about to happen. So I need to.
I look over at T. I'm kind of like, you're going with one of them, and I point after this, after Scales or Mojave.
Don't come near the cops.
Throws his hands up. He throws his hands up. He doesn't think Mojave needs a third person to hold his two hands, so he's gonna follow Scales.
No.
Son of a
It was more meant to go with Scales, or I go with Mojave. I'll go with Scales.
Either
Look
way,
after this
we're
one.
both gone. Either way, we're
he
both
will
gone.
sit with he will sit with Mojave.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want
Wait,
T to end up in jail. That's my thing.
hold on. No, hold on. Did you relay to us that this was about like a cybered individual?
Oh yeah, like I would have said the information. Cops are at the burger joint. Security forces is being called in. There's mention of a cybernetic individual. I know that there's that kid there. And then like that's the last you hear before she takes off. Like I would say
you go
probably
with
for the others.
Mojave. Yeah.
Yeah, probably the fastest that the rest of the group has ever seen her move. Like, probably parkouring around the buildings to get to where she needs to be incredibly fast.
Snake parkour.
What's
snake
your
parkour.
movement? What's your movement?
Good question. I don't actually know.
Oh God.
What is my movement? What is my movement? Plus tail. You know what I mean? Like, I think she would be in such a state that, like, her tail would unravel and she would start, like, if it's possible to slither through air. That is essentially what she would be doing.
I believe your movement is related to your agility and...
I have agility 4, so whatever that translates to.
Should be on the sheet.
Yeah, it's
your
down
movement is 8?
bottom of the second column after under attributes.
Oh.
Because it's... Oh no, it's 6.
Mine's
2.
not. So I guess it's 8 in... I mean... I don't know.
I think it's running?
The +2 is the
Yeah.
running, from what I recall.
Yes,
yeah.
okay. It's 8. Yeah, if you're bolting full speed, it's 8.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that's very fast. I'm fucking zooming.
Oh no, it's
to get to
it's
the kid.
it's like 2 per hit
Oh. I don't
on
know.
a running test.
All I know is flavor wise, she's
We're gonna
fucking
go-
bolting.
Yeah, we're gonna go flavor-wise, she's going.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
If Jay is good enough to drive, even with the stun damage, I think he would try to drive Mojave and I guess T to the hospital and have, he'd be like, I don't know. Yeah.
I can give you this, Jason.
Aren't you, like, concussed?
You can just put an address into your GPS, and your car will drive there.
Yeah, they have that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, cars can
Yes,
self-drive.
yes, they do.
Just
Can
picturing
autopilot.
Jay
Yeah,
like getting behind the wheel and then remembers that with that look of like vaguely concussed realization. Oh right.
Yeah. So he'll probably have an auto drive to a clinic or something like that.
Yeah, the address you're given, well, here's the strange part. The address you're given, your GPS comes back with the Diamond Stallion.
Guess that's where we're going.
Amazing.
Oh,
Good news, I guess.
So yeah,
Okay.
you head off. The car drives off quickly. The black truck that has the children paces you for a little while and then turns off on a left turn while your car keeps going forward down to downtown. I should say through downtown. Trying to think of which one we should do first. I believe the longer scene will probably be with Mojave. So we'll do what's probably going to be the shorter scene first. We will see.
Mhm.
So as the cars drive off, Cloudy, you can catch up with Morningstar wherever she may have halted. I believe it was at the back of the building.
Essentially, she would have probably stopped just before the building where she still had cover of maybe another building, and then would have sort of sneakily through the shadows gone towards the back of the building of the burger joint.
Immediately upon reaching the back of the burger joint, you see a large man, a troll. It's not Augie. Though he kind of looks a little similar to Augie in a way. He is leaned against that same delivery truck from earlier in the night that had delivered like actual like meat product. He is one hand on the truck, one hand on his knee, leaned over, and you can see he is just coughing, hacking, just throwing up clear liquid. So possibly water. It's a lot of water. This is like someone who almost seemed to have been drowning, that much water. And like he has two dudes on either side of him, like rubbing his back, like they're trying to like get him kind of like moving, like they need to leave. But yeah, he just seems very ill and very sick.
Okay, so from my position in the shadows, I want to just quickly click on AR, and I want to see what's happening building-wise. What's going on with like the
host is
host,
completely
and because I know
offline.
there was like a host. Oh shit. Okay. Host is completely offline.
The whole host is gone.
No.
Fuck.
Oh, it's there.
Do I
It's just-
see
yeah, it's
anything
there.
else? Yeah. Do I see anything else though? Like anything that might be on?
AR wise, it's just the local grid. You can see that the cops are slightly hooked into it, a little bit protected, but they're hooked into it. That's about it for AR. Nothing here that was there before.
Shit. Okay. And then just like regular vision. Does it look like the cops are in a position as if they're in a standoff, like there's someone inside trying to fight them off, or are they just kind of waiting for backup? Do you know what I mean? Like, yes.
They seem to be. You know, you had rumors. I'm gonna go with your AR. You have rumors. The cops are there. They seem to be standing still. They do not seem to have entered the building at all. They seem to be waiting for something.
Okay.
Possibly their backup, if they do believe that this individual is still in the building.
Right. I imagine I see Cloud appear. They're clearly waiting for something. This one looked like he drowned. Keeps coughing up. He keeps coughing up lots of water.
Spirit knowledge, Softy?
Actually, no, screw it. I can kind of give this to you.
Uh-huh.
If you want more information, you can roll it. But baseline,
Okay.
if you have spirit inclinations, a water spirit could probably drown someone on dry land.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't get anything more than that. Got it. All right.
If you mention water spirit to
Mhm.
her, there's a moment of like calculation, and then she looks to you and says, "One of the girls, and I don't know her real name, but Bunny. She had a friend, a water spirit. She called him Mr. Soapy or something like that, or Mr. Brubbles, something like that."
I will peer into the astral, Softy.
As you peer into the astral, this space is lit the fuck up. It looks
God.
like a spirit went mad. There's residue and energy. It looks like a bomb went off in the astral, and it's something you've never actually seen before. If you would like to, you can. I will allow you to roll spirits.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Oh. This time it's a glitch. Oh no.
You have never fucking seen this in the world. You have no fucking clue. This could be anything. Far as you're concerned, the spirit's gone. Spirit blew up.
Did the spirit? No, that doesn't make sense.
What?
Spirits don't really blow up, but that's definitely what it looks like here.
Could a spirit be looking for the person? I don't really know how that works, but is that possible?
I mean, is there any like? Are there any spirits currently here, or is it just magical residue?
It's just magical residue right now. And I guess the errant rat spirit.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Maybe. Or this Mr. Bubbles was absolutely pissed and was going on a rampage.
Right. Okay, we need to get inside. Preferably before security gets here.
Oh, you know what? I realize, astrally perceiving, you can just see if things are alive. The only 3 living individuals are in the back and in the front. There's no one else in the building. No living person. Not even just spirits. There's no living people.
Unless they're like the dead boyos in the back, I see no living things here.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
I don't see the child.
Okay, maybe we can ask them what happened. I am not so good with people talking. Maybe you can talk to them. I will be with you, of course, but maybe we can find out more.
Shaking off the small little headache I have going on, I'll go ahead and take off my helmet, hand it off to Morningstar.
Stick it in
Crack
bag.
my neck. And I'll go on ahead and go ahead and look at him. Just be like, "Whoa, you okay there, man?" Just be like, out of apparent concern that this man was apparently drowning.
Oh, yeah. You approach these gentlemen, and the troll is immediately just sort of like, "Who the fuck are you?"
What? I got recruited by what's his face?
Ogie.
No, I'm not referencing Augie right here. Oh, hell no.
Oh,
I would
okay,
like
okay,
to,
okay. Never mind.
I
Retcon.
would like to.
Retcon.
Yeah, I got you. I would like to cast influence
Oh,
on this man.
moment to read influence.
Oh, I don't think I have that listed out here. Let me go ahead and find that.
I believe I
Where are
remember what it
you?
does, but I would like to clarify.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Come here. I think it's manipulation. Influence. You implant a suggestion in the victim's mind, like a powerful post-hypnotic command. Like you might have your target think that fizzy fluid is the best drink on the market, or they can't remember his best friend's name, or that he should let you pass the locked door. Target carries out the suggestion as if it were her own idea. If confronted with the wrongness of the suggestion, like the reality of the flavor of the fizzy fluid in his mouth contrasts with the belief that's great, they can attempt to overcome it using the rules for overcoming mental manipulations. But I will go ahead and just be like, cast the thing. Let's see. Let's go with force 4. Let's go force 4. I don't want to just knock myself out. And the thing I would like to say is like, oh, it doesn't matter, but you know me. You know me. I'm an old friend.
All right.
And then go ahead and shake it out, and just you can call me what was it? You can call me B. And let's go ahead. Yeah. Let's see. Let's go ahead and go with force 4. All right. And I take nothing. All right. So if he does need to kind of overcome it, mental resistance with a 3. But yeah, no, you know me. We're old pals.
Right.
B, right? Right?
Privately with my own day.
Mhm.
He looks up at you, kind of just shakes his head and goes, "Yeah, fuck, I think I do. We gotta
I was in the neighborhood and I saw something go down. What happened, man?
fucking bullshit project. Fucking goddamn it. Oh god. Oh, the ma'am's gonna kill me. All right, look, we gotta get out of here. Products
Yeah,
fucking
no.
blew up. We gotta go.
Oh, the product blew up. Shit. All right, come on. Let's get in the car.
Oh god. Why the fuck we gotta be grabbing this? Fuck it. Why gotta
Well,
be grabbing such
let's grab it real
dangerous
quick.
shit? No,
Then-
fuck it. It's
What
gone.
was it?
It fucking got up and walked
Oh.
the fucking way.
Wait, wasn't it locked down?
It was, and then it got into me, and then it walked away.
Shit.
Look,
All right.
we gotta go. We gotta fucking get the fuck out of here before the goddamn security shows up.
What was the name
Morningstar
he
like
said?
pipes up.
He
go
says
ahead.
the ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, I give Cloud a very quick look of just a glance and a blink of like I know who they're talking about, and then pipes up when he says we gotta go before security gets here, and it's just like I heard from over there you got about 15 minutes.
Oh shit! Fuck, man, let's go. And they start carrying this man's down the fucking down the road towards somewhere else.
I'll go ahead and like look after him for a little bit. See, like, can I get an idea about where they might be headed? Like, what part of town they're going? They're just dragging this man's off to.
I would say like you probably catch him at the car. You know, they're getting in and they look at you and are sort of like, "Do you need a fucking ride?"
You know what? My car's around the corner. I think I'm good.
oh god, I'm not gonna have fun with this, but I think there's probably gonna be uh, a rally with Augie. Fucking, shit is Augie's fucking new place called again? Boss, I think it's like, some kind of strip joint. Pink something? Pink something. It's pink something. It's like in Uptown.
We'll find it.
Right next to, it's right next to the thing. We gotta go. Holy shit. And right at that time, you start hearing
We'll find
the
it.
sirens going.
Go on now.
I think like Cloud would have automatically noticed the change in accent, but that it sounds very like real. It doesn't sound like a put on accent. And then once they're gone, she looks at him and says, "Your car is actually coming, yes?"
I click on my comm link for a little bit. Now it is.
The car is headed to your car.
You got some time. Yeah.
I
Did you want to mark that car before it gets too far?
Already doing
get beat
it.
on it?
And
Gotcha.
yeah, already doing it. And I mean, for flavor, one of her the pupils go from being very normal to a literal slit, and that's just like the flavor of her marking the car. I would like to mark the car. What do I don't remember what I
that was
pressed for
hacking.
mark.
It was hacking.
Hacking. Here we go. Bink.
And, what rating
I've
is
got-
your car, Cloudy?
Whatever rating a little jackrabbit is. Well, not my car. Like their cars are driving away.
Oh, their car there. Sorry. Oh, hold on. Oh, yeah, no.
Okay, I
you
thought
marked
that's what
it.
that was.
Sorry, you marked their car.
Yeah, I'm marking their car. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I got a
straight
4.
Up, you can mark their car easy.
Yeah. So Bink already done. Let's move. And she like slips into the shadow because she does not want to be seen by security. So she fucking is. Let's move.
Oh, wait a second. Let's see. I have an ARFID tag. What are you? You know what? Never mind. Keep going.
All right. She like grabs him by his jacket and just tugs him into the shadows. It's like, let's go. And then they'll sort of, I imagine, sort of do like a meetup with his car.
Oh. Actually, I have a few little sensor tags. Actually, never mind. I'd have to collect that later. I will not do that. I will not do that now. I will keep that in mind for later. All right. Ignore me.
So immediately, based on the information that we got about a rally happening for Augie in a new strip club with pink something in that kind of upper class area, I guess it would be. Would it be local rumors or? No,
Honestly,
definitely
you
would be
could
local
probably
rumors,
just do a
right?
matrix search.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. Just a matrix search for this.
Just strip club pink.
Yeah, pink something. What can I find out?
Let's see. What was matrix search again? It's computer.
Computer. Okay, here we go. Please give me info. It is 3.
Perfectly fine. You immediately can track down that pink is more than likely referring to Pink Peppermint, which is a club that opened maybe only about 2 weeks ago in
Okay.
a shitty part of Uptown. Like, it's Uptown, but yeah, you don't go there if you're rich.
So with that information, I immediately send a message to 2 places. One to Starry Eyes and one to T of and it just says is Augie start with an O or with
It starts
an A?
with an A. It's AU.
Okay. So I'll put AU, the name of the club. Player isn't remembering. Did he say when there was going to be an alley? A rally at this place? Did he?
I may
did he
not
give
have
it
actually
a-
said it,
like
but
a
in
day?
the notes, he would have said if I messed it up. In tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. And then it'll say that, say the name of the club, and then say tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Obviously there'll be an address, like a location thing in there. and I'll send it to those 2 places.
Right. And then would you both now like to travel off to the address to go meet up with Mojave and the others?
With the doc, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you also both would get the thing where when you typed in the address, it comes up as the Diamond Stallion.
Squints, but nods.
As we're going to... Actually, you know what? It is almost 9 o'clock, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a break. It's normal break. Everyone get up, get water, bathroom break, as normal. And we are back. So, when we last left off, everyone was on their way, desperately racing towards a doctor for Mojave, who is currently suffering from internal bleeding. At least part of the way through the drive, Jason unfortunately lost consciousness again, while in the driver's side. Luckily, the autopilot was already intact, so they were fine. It was a bit of an odd slowdown, as everyone kind of got a bit worried in that car, but it was fine. The autopilot pulls them up to the side of the road, and T, as you were the only one fully conscious in that car, you immediately recognize Frenzy is stood on the street, right outside the Diamond Stallion.
When the car stops, he will very simply step out, walk around to the side, where Jay is, and pop the door open there. Here's one. Second one's in the back.
Frenzy just sort of rubs the back of his head. Shit, alright. Well, wait. Where are the other 2?
Don't know.
Alright. I'll grab one, you grab the other. And
Sure.
basically, about the time both of them have pulled up these 2 individuals, Cloudy, your car pulls up, you see them on the side of the road. Frenzy sees you and just waves you off to park in another space.
You're muted.
Yes, I am. So I will go ahead, park the car, and step on up. Do they seem like they have these 2 well in hand?
Yeah. For as skinny as Frenzy is, like he's a very skinny, kind of almost skeletal man, he is holding up Mojave with like no issue at all. Like barely even looking like he's straining himself.
T is carrying Jason on his hip like a toddler.
He just straight up slump.
Yeah. Sleepy boy went to Disney World.
Yeah, Morningstar's following, but she's very lost in thought. And she's like, mind on weird spirit thing happening there, this rally that's coming up, the possibilities of what happened to this child. Lots of thoughts, lots of things happening. And I think just like kind of casually perusing sort of like news channels, right? Of like if there's anything that pops up about warehouse or about more information about the burger joint, anything that she, just casually looking through as they're walking towards the inside of the building.
Yeah. There's nothing much as you are walking towards the building. It looks like, generally speaking, a lot of the forms have gone quiet on this, sort of like waiting for proper information. Frenzy guides you all around the back. He also does tell you, don't worry about your cars. The guards will make sure they're safe. He walks you around the back to a doorway that is solid metal. It is like one of those doors that starts at the top, comes down, and just locks in place magnetically. He puts in a biometrics for himself. It opens. When the door does open, there are no less than 4 guards inside. And he walks you past those. And they kind of pause for a minute, and he just holds his hand up like, not today. Not today. You kind of find that this is sort of like a weird side entrance in this area. It's kind of a garage-like area. There's a large, very nice luxury car that's like baby blue, has a license plate called Stallion. There's a couple other vehicles in here with similar horse pun names. It's just sort of kind of gaudy. Eventually you get to the back of the place, and there is a simple door with a red circle basically just painted on it. And Frenzy just knocks it open with his hip, carrying Mojave. And you are now in a large warehouse-type space that is separated by, best way to put it is temporary walls. The kinds you'd see in an infirmary. With big white sheets. There are lights behind them. And the most noticeable thing is movement behind one of them, as you can see the shadow of someone standing at a table with a body on it and working on it of some kind. From over top of the temporary walls, you can see these large square doors that are morgue-style doors all along one corner of these walls. Along the other, like almost right next to it, kind of corner, appears to where this sort of section is cut off. There is colorful fabric hanging from the ceiling down into whatever this area is over there. Other than that, the lights don't really shine through too much, and you can't super see everything. There is a counter, and right next to the counter is a sign on the wall. And it says, "We take credit, favor, and flesh." And Frenzy, basically, after busting in the door, just screams out, "Oi, Tor! I got something for you." And just the figure working on the body just stops, looks up, and you just hear this sigh. This audible sigh that just echoes around. Individual seems to wash their hands and comes finally out of the curtains, pushing them aside. And you're faced with a man that is identical to Frenzy. Physically, they look identical. Same kind of pale hair, same height, same facial structure. Only difference is Frenzy is kind of in colors and has a lot of mage-like fetishes on his belt. This man is in black and gray and is just cold-looking. Why must you darken my door with this stuff? What happened?
She looks to the others because she didn't actually see what happened to Morningstar.
As far
she
as I
doesn't
can
know.
tell, that one got pinned to a car with a sword, and that one's got a soft jaw.
Is unconscious.
You
can fix him, right?
That depends. Let me guess,
On?
Frenzy. You're paying. Not me. I was just the key. Boss is paying. Fuck. Yes, I can fix him. And at that, like, Frenzy passes off Mojave, kind of like almost yeeting him at Torpor, who's like this infuriated look on his face. And Frenzy just leaves. He's like, "Good luck," as he just shuts the door behind him.
Internal bleeding intensifies!
Look at his gut. Oh, fine, come on. And he just yeets a curtain back, and it's an operating table. Out in the open, almost like dentist-style chair.
Good.
Is there any place around to put Jay?
There is a very lovely couch. Like a little waiting area.
Oh, nice. He'll get balled up there.
There is also, in the waiting area, T, you will notice there are much larger chairs that appear to be made for, like, orcs and trolls and such.
Okay.
So they're much more comfortable for you specifically.
Oh, he'll sit back. He'll sink back into one.
Torpor actually
Morningstar is
does...
pacing.
Okay.
You're good. I'm just pacing.
Torpor does give T sort of like an eye up and down. Kind of a mixture of like weighing someone up as if you could fight them and kind of ogling somebody. He then kind of just shakes his head.
Flirting with his eyes?
He got that stare though. He pulls Mojave finally over on top of the operating table and immediately is just grabbing tools. He's opening cabinets and he opens up one of these cabinets, and very visible in that cabinet is a tall jar full of eyeballs. And they do not look cybernetic.
Oh.
And they do not look like animal.
Oh. Wow. Okay.
He
you
then
think that
proceeds, after, taking everything kind of out, he should just take that jar out, set it on the table, and then goes to start work on Mojave. He does wash his hands. He puts on gloves after rolling up his sleeves, and immediately just starts stripping Mojave, just taking off his shirt, checking for more wounds.
Yeah.
So by the end of this, Mojave's shirt is completely off, and I believe Day has something.
Yep. He's Mojave's actually avoided taking off his shirt in front of y'all before, and you see that he too is a mess of scars. His back is striped with raised welts of a whipping, and his forearms bear haphazard lines characteristic of a similar sort of wound. So these ones are generally thinner than the ones on his back. His upper arms, his shoulders show ragged patches of paler flesh as though parts of his skin were intentionally torn away, and you do realize that he's not quite as cheerfully unwashed as he'd have the world believe. The smeared dirt is mostly limited to his face and neck, as though to intentionally disguise the jagged, badly healed gash someone at some point carved across his throat.
This is a lot to
Just-
process.
Yeah.
I don't think Morningstar gets closer, but I think she stops her pacing and is staring at Mojave and like almost like committing to memory the scars that are on him, especially the one that's at his throat. And her brow kind of creases because she thinks on the things Mojave has said about the memories he's getting back and that he doesn't think he was a good guy back then. And he is very worried for him. Layered worry for him. Then her eyes land on the jar that's on the table and says to Torpor, "Are those payment?"
Huh? Oh. Sometimes, some of them. Sometimes they're just a harvest.
Don't do it, Softy. Don't do it, Softy.
A harvest. I see.
Let's see. All right. And he starts to like kind of clean around like where the wound would have been. He's just like, you can keep talking to him. He's just already starting to cut into Mojave.
I think she watches the process with a very scientific eye.
Them's my guts.
Yep. And is, I think, a little sad because this is another scar that Mojave's going to have. She knows how she feels about her scars, so she can only imagine how Mojave is going to feel about his, or has felt about his. And she turns to T and says, you got my message, yes?
Which one?
The one about Raleigh. Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got him.
One about Raleigh. Okay. I sent also to Story Eye, so that is happening.
Tomorrow night, then. I don't have a problem with that. Hopefully, these two will be feeling better by then, but I don't know.
Unpleasant, squishy, squelchy organ noises.
Oh yeah, and you'll see that this bleeding is caused because, other than the sword, there were shrapnel left in the body when it magically healed over. So every time you moved the body, the shrapnel would tear and rip into places. And this is what Torpor is currently pulling out piece by piece, including using a small magnetized tool. That appears to be how he's finding some of the small pieces. And then as he goes, he's
in my guts!
He's doing his best to clean up and stem the bleeding of anywhere he can. At one point, he looks over, like almost like he's staring at Mojave's chest and throat, nods to himself, pulls out this basically handheld like gas mask thing, sets it on his face, looks at his watch, just times it for a minute, and just sets it back down and goes back to work. More squelchy noises. Other than that, yeah, he's just slowly going through the process of finding all the shrapnel inside Mojave. One of the things you do notice, it's not very visible, just because it's mostly under his sleeve. But as he's working, Morningstar, you're used to almost having, you see patterns that hit your memory. When you watch the hands move, you see that arm, and you see this tattoo. Just the top of it. But it's a snake. It's just the top of like a snake-like tattoo right underneath where his arm was. It looks like it goes up, and you don't know what it would look like, but as you look at him, you realize there is a thick black mark, and that's like a thicker part of the snake. So this tattoo goes all the way up his arm, around his shoulder, and is somewhere in his shirt.
Yeah, I think for a while she's like staring. And I think the other two might think that she's like just staring at him do this process to Mojave, but she's staring at him and she is like committing his face to memory and like seeing the tattoo and everything, and then sort of stands up a bit straighter and then says, so you know her?
He only stops for just a moment. And Amelia goes back to work and is, oh. I was right. Yeah, I do.
I see.
Question is, do you?
No, not at all. She, Why is it good?
Because people in our line of work are in a lot of danger, as are their families. You don't know? You're relatively safe. Well, from like one threat. Obviously not this. This was your own fault.
Little rage appears on her face. But he is fixing Mojave, so she does not do anything. So she sort of swallows her pride a little bit and says, I've been in danger all of my life. Most of that has been without her. Knowing her would not change anything.
You have to convince her of that. And he as
I
he's
don't think I
talking
will.
and focusing, he stops for a minute. Like, it's a real look of confusion on his face. And just looks at you. And just looks you up and down, really looking at your face. And it's just... You're female.
Yes, I am.
Oh. 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 I better finish this up. And he almost has a look on his face
Yes.
like he's not smiling because he's happy. He's smiling like you want to bet. Like he's like, I fucking knew it.
Yeah, I think like all tension is in her entire body. Just like, yeah, she has like sweater and stuff on, but like, I think just in the set of her jaw and in like her neck, you could sort of imagine that every muscle is like flexed with tension. And she kind of very stiffly walks over to a chair that's clearly way too big for her. Despite her height, she's still like slighter in frame, you know? And so I'm imagined just kind of dwarfed by this larger chair, and slumps into it, kind of like just flat like this, and is looking at the ceiling, but her face is all anger. Just a dark cloud.
As you imagine, you're in like the chair like next to T, and he's
Yeah.
been focused on his phone this whole time. As you sit down, you just hear like, "Level up!" Like he's just playing a game and waiting.
Cloudy is off in one of the chairs, grabbed a bag of ice, and is just sitting back, just nursing the headache that he got after casting his spells. He is not paying attention to anything after like cut started going and there was squelching noise. Like, nope, absolutely not.
Don't need this today. Don't want this today.
Yeah, no, I think she hears the game noise and just looks at him, and there's just this face of like, it's not so much shock, right? Because she spent enough time with T to kind of understand enough about his personality to realize like, this is not a surprise, but also like is so filled up with anger and just all those emotions that I think if there's like a magazine or whatever, she like rolls it up and just like throws it at him. You know what I mean? Just like chucks it at his head or something, because she's just like, you piece of shit. Be concerned for your friends.
I will happily
Not to hurt
allow
him.
you to throw a magazine at him. You pick up a magazine
yeah.
and it's just an interesting magazine.
Uh-huh.
Not necessarily an adult magazine,
Ah.
but rather interesting things are spoken of on the cover of this magazine.
Uh-huh. She rolls it up and she sees that and is like, oh, fucking disgusting, what fucking stupid, and throws it at him. Just, which I'm sure like T will, you know, at first be like, what the fuck? But like, I don't think it's gonna hurt him at all. It's paper, but Yeah.
It doesn't
She's
hurt.
all fucking. Yeah. She's all like teenage pestilence. Even though she's a full grown woman, she's still like. You know.
It flaps against him with all the efficiency of a tatterfly swatter and rolls to the ground.
Playing games like your friend is dying on table. Fucking piece of. You know.
Well,
So
what do
that's
you
the
want me to
vibe.
do? What do you want me to do?
Nothing! Just.
Okay, that's what I'm doing then. Oh, okay.
It just seems a little
What
shitty. Your friend is on table, could die, and you're over here playing games. All this
I
crazy shit happening.
I don't know Mojave.
Well,
To be clear.
you sort of know him. You sort of do. Because
I'm
we've
pretty
been
sure
staying at your
Mojave
house.
doesn't know Mojave. Just off in the corner with the bag on his head.
Yeah, well, that's not the point. You know who Mojave is now. He's our friend. He's a good person.
Hmm.
Ugh!
Around
Gets up and starts pacing again.
around this point, you all hear sort of a couple metal clangs as Torpor puts down his forceps and magnet and begins to sew Mojave up, and uses it's this thin, almost shiny cord that he uses to sew Mojave up, and then he takes this pad that looks like it's just warm. Like, it looks like it's steaming in his hand, and he just pops it right on the fucking wound. And he just leaves it there for a little while. He walks over, takes his gloves off, washes his hands up, then proceeds to kind of lean against, check his watch, lean against the counter, opens up the jar of eyeballs, and proceeds to eat 4 of them.
That's
if-
what I thought they was about to do.
As if they were grapes.
Ew. So many gross feelings right now. Oh my god.
He proceeds also over to a small fridge underneath him, pulls out a blank IV bag full of red liquid, and drinks it like a juice box.
Many feelings. Many feelings. First the fucking grape, and then this.
Man's
I
be a
think-
ghoul.
Yeah,
boy.
Morningstar's having trouble. She's just like, fucking, what is this? And then eventually manages to push out words in a coherent sentence and says, "Are you, related to Frenzy?"
He just pauses and stares at you. Turns his head, looks in a mirror that's next to him, turns back and goes, "No, we just share a face."
You have saved my friend's life, and so I am very grateful. But your attitude is really unnecessary. I am just trying to understand a little bit more about you.
I'm sure my brother is much more talkative. Twin brother.
Hmm.
Does that help?
Yes. I have twin as well. Well, sort of.
He kind of just pauses,
Yes.
looks at you, and is just, really? I thought it was more like
Yes.
43. Or was it?
What
33.
does that ring? What does that ring bells for me?
He kind of goes through a couple numbers like he's not really sure, but he's clearly referring to all of your siblings. He's not good with the number. He's gone like 43, 33, damn, fucking 50. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
But it's clear he at least understands how many siblings you have. Or had.
Yes. Right. How did you know?
Well, Well, when a breeding program uses a mare that long, it can cause some internal damage. Wouldn't you think she'd need a doctor?
I see. So, you were there, helping her. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
I wasn't there. I was here.
So after then,
Oh,
after
absolutely.
she abandoned us. Uh-huh.
Abandoned.
Mhm.
Ah, that's the word.
Well, she never came back, so I don't know what else to call it.
You realize that they would have just ended you, right? You do understand that the only reason you're
No.
alive is they couldn't get her back. You didn't put that together?
Thinking. We are thinking things.
She looks at him, definitely like if looks could kill kind of thing. Looks at him and says, I was kept locked away in a cell. Trained
Right.
and kept barely alive. My siblings killed because they were not like me. So no, I did not piece it together.
Join the club, except switch out siblings for other inmates. Different progress, different process, same trauma.
So then maybe don't be such a dick. I mean, if we have same trauma.
If anyone has a right to be a dick, it's us. He kind of steps away from you now. He just kind of walks to the back. Starts. He pulls away a curtain, and you can see that where that colorful fabric had been when you first walked in, it's living quarters.
Yeah.
Like he lives here. This isn't just his office. Like you see a bed,
Understood.
proper desk, chair, things like that. One thing you don't see though, there's no kind of TV or any kind of computer. He actually has a thing of physical books.
Oh man. Oh jeez. What is the Shadowrun equivalent to a compulsion check? Because like the urge to
Composure.
run over there,
Composure.
the urge to
composure.
run over there and grab the books and start reading them is
That is
so
a
high right
composure.
now.
Composure check.
Okay, I will do a composure check. I got a 1. Yeah. I got a 1.
So as he is walking over to just an object, do you then decide to rush over quickly, just snake your way over there, and are immediately picking up a book?
Yeah, I think like with the quickness of like where normally she's very careful about like her tail and you know all those things, her like she moves so fast her hood flies off of her head, you know, revealing the scales and all that. Her tail just immediately comes unraveled, and she like her body moves as if she's like slithering over and grabs the first book that she sees and opens it and immediately starts like very computer like just super fast reading through it.
Frenzy doesn't even really... No, not Frenzy, sorry. Torpor doesn't even jump. He doesn't even respond. He just, like, almost hears it, finishes grabbing what he was grabbing, which is what looks like some kind of phone. It's a comm link, but it's been broken down so much. Like, it's almost its pieces. You swear you can see its motherboard. And just sort of turns, looks at you, just... shakes his head. Better not get it wet. I don't know, snakes wet? I can't remember. Are they
Not
cold?
wet. Am cold. Here. And she like holds a hand out so he could like touch her and see that she is wet, not wet, that she's not wet, and that she is probably a little chilly for sure, like a little clammy. But she's peeling through this book, so she's like just focused on that.
You hold out to be touched, and he looks at you, and it's not a matter like, do not think he recoils. He doesn't have a look of disgust. He has a look of like a bit of fear, and quickly places his hands in his pockets, as if being very careful not to touch you. But it is not out of like he's not looking down at you or anything like that. He's just like, oh shit, and he's just do not touch. I don't care.
That makes her stop reading.
I don't care what my brother says. I don't even like to risk touching people. No one deserves this.
That makes her stop. Yeah, it makes her stop reading, and she looks at him, like fully turns her head to him, and says, "What do you mean?"
Well, it's really. I guess you really haven't done that many jobs for Frenzy, have you?
No.
You
Also,
haven't noticed about my brother and I. Oh, I guess.
Well, I mean, I've noticed your dietary habits, but to be fair, I've not really been on the outside for that long, so I don't know a lot.
If y'all tell anyone, I'll make sure you're all dead. My brother and I suffer from HMHVV. Specifically the third strain.
Okay. But yours is different from his. Yes?
Well, my brother and I have the exact same strain, but we have different personalities, I guess. What do you mean? Different from?
Ooh. Then again, I have not seen a lot of him. He does not eat eyeballs. At least I haven't seen him eat eyeballs yet, so...
You're right.
I just thought...
He never was an eyeball
different.
person. He much preferred liver.
No judgment. Everyone has to eat something. So, is there a name for you?
Ghoul.
That sounds really bad. A ghoul. Yes. Okay. I'm very curious. That's all. I do not mean offense.
No offense taken.
Sorry for calling you a dick earlier.
No, I am a dick. You weren't wrong. Oh.
So you can't even touch someone?
No. Technically speaking, it's a blood disease. We actually need fluid contact to transfer. But I don't like even the concept of risking it. To spread it is...
Yes.
You just
I
let me finish
understand.
it. He kind of, as he's talking to you, he's walking back over to Mojave. He peels like the thing off his belly, and you can see that the stitch line, the stitches are gone. You can just see the raised bit, as if the stuff is glued together. He then pulls out a small little stick in his hands, like from underneath the table. He cracks it and holds it under Mojave's nose. Mojave, you may wake up. You may take a... You just may wake up.
Where's my hat?
It's in the car.
Oh. I just sort of like looks around, visibly getting his bearings, looks down at his own healed wound, just like, that hurt.
Yeah.
That hurt a lot.
We got the kids out, though, so...
Oh, that's real good. It's just kind of a bleary thumbs up as he's collecting himself.
Don't suppose you saw what did it.
It was a guy. Wah! Went off in my house
You
again.
good day?
There goes Dave's fire alarm.
Oh,
The fire alarm went off.
For anyone in the audience, Dave's
Um,
fire alarm is currently possessed, apparently.
It's cursed. Specifically,
haunted.
I'm in the middle of streaming.
Yes,
It-
it was a guy.
Yeah, it was a guy. He had a mask on and real dark clothes. Question, ST. Was he say of were his height, build familiar?
His height and build were not familiar. You know that he was probably he was an average individual. Almost human average. Maybe a little buffer. A thick man.
Hmm.
But he was not as tall as Augie.
Okay. He was just I don't know. I just remember a mask and I remember dark and then everything got dark. Real cold.
The mask. Did it have detail on it, or was it just plain?
Would I have seen anything to the mask?
No. By the time you were really looking at him, you were already starting to pass out from blood loss.
I just everything kind of blurry.
Okay. It's okay. We will figure it out.
She like has snagged another book, like as she's talking, and opens it.
He does kind of turn to Torpor and just like, who are you?
Your doctor.
Oh,
Reason you're
hi,
not
nice to meet you. Thanks. I like not being dead.
You can call me Torpor.
Nice to meet you, Mojave. Offers a very vague handshake.
Sorry, I don't shake hands.
Okay.
No. Get off my operating table. I have to clean it.
Don't gotta tell me
Morning.
twice. Sort of unsteadily.
Morningstar goes into bag and grabs extra shirt. It's one of her shirts, but she imagines it'll fit Mojave, since she
'cause,
tends to wear baggy clothes.
Mojave, your jacket is fine because it has an opening in the front, but your shirt is destroyed.
Oh yeah.
Which
I mean,
one
I
were you
imagine even-
wearing?
I think I was wearing the new one.
Yay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
I think the jacket would have
go-
been pierced, but I duct tape from the bag, just immediately patching that thing right up.
Yeah, pulls out extra shirt and is very careful to like. She doesn't. She is kind of trying to like respect his situation. Because she knows that he's like very purposefully not shown himself at all when they've gone swimming or anything like that. He's been very careful about that. So she like makes sure that she just stares him in the eyes and then holds up a shirt for him.
Yeah, he accepts it, returning the eye contact with the grin definitely has some undertones to it of something that I can't quite put name to. It's the yeah, no, everything's fine grin that, you know what I'm trying to describe here. But yeah, he puts the shirt on and he shakily, almost as much to just do something with his hands as like getting out the duct tape and fumbling with it, trying to slap it on the back of his jacket. Like on his knees right there.
Yeah, I think she gives him a moment to do that. And then says, we also got location for Augie.
Oh, that's
So-
good.
Yeah, there's going to be a rally of some kind tomorrow. we are going to go there.
Oh. Okay. Do we? What? Huh?
Are you feeling up to that?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not much of a fighter anyway, so if you get, we'll find out. That's what we'll do.
Okay.
We'll find out.
Oh. You're going to need to be careful.
Yeah.
That wound isn't going to close quickly. Not fully.
Ruggs holds up his roll of duct tape.
That'll work.
See, it's fine.
As Torpor is now starting to clean his operating table. Very fastidiously. He's very, very careful. Like, the whole room smells like isopropyl alcohol as he is disinfecting everything.
Mojave sort of watching him clean, which is sort of the craftsman to craftsman nod of like, oh yeah, okay, keep a tight ship.
As he's kind of like cleaning it off, he looks over to Jason who's passed out and is just, do you think he's gonna need anything?
Don't know. Not a doctor.
I think he got bobbed. I don't know. I was kind of busy being stabbed.
Torpor
Hopefully not
quickly-
more than sleep, but
Torpor quickly cleans off the thing, pulls over a towel, and like wipes it down. Bring him over here.
Phone away. Toddler carry. Sit him down and keep him propped up.
He kind of leans in, looks at Jason's jaw, kind of feels it slightly. Didn't break it. He's gonna have a nasty black eye. Huh. I don't know if he just got really lucky or they were aiming for it.
For his
Aiming
eye?
for what?
No, this top of his cheek specifically right here. It's knocking him out without hurting him. Not really hurting him. He won't have anything but a black eye. He'll be fine.
Okay.
Mojave's expression shifts from, oh, isn't he the lucky one, to, wait, hang on a moment.
All right. Guess we can go home.
wait. Why do they target one and not the
I got
other?
murdered. And he just got a
Think-
bap in the face.
I mean, if they were
It's
a part of
possible
the group-
his.
Because if they were part
Maybe
of
his
other
daddy had
group,
something to do
they'd
with
both
it.
be dead.
Yeah.
That concerns me greatly.
A bit
Because they were
worried.
able to find
Since
him.
I got shish kebabbed.
They were able to find him, and they should not have been able to find him.
But if it was them finding him, why'd they only bop him over the head and not carry him off?
I don't know. Shit.
Because, like,
Well,
I was dying. And y'all were inside, so, like, nothing would have stopped him.
They could have taken him, and they didn't.
Maybe
Right,
he is
uh,
just a lucky son of a gun.
Either way, we should go home. Torpor, thank you for your help.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks, Doc. You saved my life.
Oh, by the way, I'm too valuable to get killed. So it's the snake den, by the way. Snake Pit. Snake Pit. Viper's Den. Snake Pit. She's the boss there. Just walk in. Head to the back.
Ah.
She's there most nights.
Mm.
And he kind of like
Right.
once he's done cleaning, he just sort of sits himself up on top of the like operating table, just crosses his leg over and just sort of sat there kind of smiling like, oh, this is gonna be funny.
She has mix of emotions, but then looks at him because, can I borrow the book?
Which one?
This one.
Looks at it.
She's like holding up one of his books.
Screw it, we're gonna say it's Moby Dick.
Oh, I was gonna say
Boy.
Treasure Island.
Or Treasure Island. We'll do Treasure
Either
Island.
way. Either way, a classic.
He's just like,
Yeah.
I've read it 4 times, just don't destroy it.
I would never. Books are treasures. In fact,
Oh.
I will trade you.
Hmm?
And she hands him her copy of The Count of Monte Cristo. Gives it to him.
Picks it up and is like, huh, never got around to reading this one. Alright.
It's my favorite.
And he pulls
And he'll
something out of-
notice it is in like great condition. Like it's
Oh,
perfect condition. Yeah.
He reaches into his shirt. Now he's seemingly male and very masculine and very flat chested. But he slips his hand in his shirt and pulls a card out of nowhere. And he just passes this bright red business card to you. And he just is like, here. It'll get you past the door. To me. But you're paying next time. Mind the sign.
Okay.
She gives him a nod and slips the card into the book, so it's like a bookmark. And will proceed to kind of like nod for the rest to follow. And then leave Torpor.
Mojave waves goodbye as he stumbles after her.
You all are easily able to leave and make your way out to the car.
I immediately drop into AR and I am trying to find any kind of tracking device or anything that might have been placed on the car because I'm like, how did they find him?
On the car?
Yeah, on the car, on Jason's body, like she's looking actively to figure out how they found him.
There's nothing that you can see in AR.
That's even scarier. Okay, we get
You
into
know what
car.
I got in my car? Do you know what I got in my car?
What?
A tag eraser. You can't see anything, but you know what? We'll swipe it anyway.
You gonna pull a tag
Okay.
eraser on the vehicle?
And any clothes Jason might be wearing, and any of his drones that might have extra tracking shit in it.
You
Tough to say.
You run the tag eraser through everything, hoping that if there is one, it's gone.
It's a hope, but it's a thing.
Alright. Let's get home.
Yeah, she'll get inside, help Mojave in if he needs it.
Yeah, he's willing to accept the hand. A little bit more unsteady than usual, I imagine.
Yeah.
Your potion, the thing you made, it helped to save one of the kids' life.
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
The smile he gives is now like a genuine one and not the everything's fine smile. That's good to be helpful.
I think he could do blood magic. I don't know. He had them is sort of
Oh no, that was
object in
blood
hand.
magic. No question, that was blood magic.
Oh,
It seems like he was trying to protect the other children. When we went in
Huh.
there, the 2 bodies we were talking about, they were dead already.
oh,
And
that
then there was
explains.
this thing. It was like blood pool. I guess. I don't know. And then it started moving, and it was very weird, and left behind black and scratch marks all over the place. It was
Did it
really
fly
weird.
away too? Blood needs to stop flying. It's not supposed to fly.
It wasn't flying, but it was crawling. It was kind of gross.
Is this doctor thing, his training says the blood's supposed to stay inside the body.
All right.
All sorts
not
of trouble when
belong
it's not
outside.
staying inside the body.
Yes, I don't know what he did to conjure such a creature. I don't know what it was, but I think it is part of the reason why he was bleeding so much. I mean, almost dead. But yes, your potion saved his life.
Oh, that's
So-
good. I'm glad.
Shit. Oh! And at Burger Joint, what happened? It was big, I don't know if explosion is right word, but Snake Boy might not have been boy and might have had other things it was doing. I don't know. But then the troll that was inside was puking up a lot of water. And said that that the product, which I guess was boy, or girl, or I don't know, thing, race, person, walked away. I think
No,
out
no,
of his
no.
own
It
mouth.
it said possessed him and then walked away. Might have been a spirit.
Was
Might not
Mr.
have been. Might have been a kid that can walk around. I don't know.
Was Mr. Bubbles?
What does Mr.
Maybe,
Bubbles
I
look
don't-
like?
Makes the sort of flowy arm gesture to imply air snake.
I only saw it briefly when it came out of sync, but it looked like snake, but water.
Yeah, he's pals with this child, little girl.
Bunny.
They're friends.
With
yeah,
Bunny. Yes.
they're friends. And you want to keep her safe, and yeah.
That actually, shit. I think the product was a spirit.
So they were collecting spirits.
Because the original spirit that sent me to the kids was talking about how the one inside was a friend of one of the kids. That checks out.
Oh yeah, didn't want to leave with that? Cause yeah, Mr. Bubbles didn't want to leave without his friend.
And
So-
shaped like a snake, and no, that all lines up. Okay.
Oh, I hope Mr. Bubbles is doing okay. He was cool once he stopped trying to murder me.
It kind of looked like he blew up.
Oh, that's not good.
Yep, his presence was all over the area after he almost drowned a large troll man.
Huh.
Trollman said that it walked away, so maybe he did some kind of attack, possessed body, and then walked away.
I hope he's okay. As I say,
True.
Mr. Bubbles seemed like a pretty cool guy.
Maybe Bunny is like you guys. Because you also have little spirit thing with you, right?
I do.
Maybe Bunny is the same.
I will say something, because I don't know if you remember it. You know, Morningstar, Bunny is like
Oh.
you.
Oh, that's right.
Mm,
Weird. Okay, correction. Not like you. Like
I mean-
me.
You're friends
Well-
with Havoc.
Yes,
Well-
but
spirits can go into the physical world. It's how they would, drown a man.
Yeah.
right.
You're friends with
So
Havoc.
no
She's
reason why
friends with
they-
Mr. Bubbles.
No reason why you couldn't be friends if a spirit stuck around in the material long enough.
Mm.
I don't think you.
I mean,
I bet he went to go find her. That sounds like. Sounds like something he'd do.
Yeah. Well, the kids are all with Story Eyes now, so.
Oh, that's good.
Or well, I think that they're with Story Eyes. They sent someone to get the children, so.
Well, I'm sure that the boss knows their business.
Yes. Morningstar a little bit internalizes. She sends a message to Starry Eyes asking how the kids are.
Starry Eyes quickly responds, and it's simply just, children are safe. Can't say more. Protection.
Cool. I think like the ride home, Morningstar is going to be surfing the webs, the interwebs. And she's trying to see if there's another message posted up somewhere from Manananggal. You know, like, has it reached her ears yet that those kids are no longer in, like, her crew's possession?
There is no sign of Manananggal online.
Okay.
Not after the last
Yikes.
post.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Mojave just sort of pulls his jacket tighter around himself, and like as soon as people stop actively talking to him, he winds up just staring off into middle distance, hoping, confronting his own mortality.
As you all are driving back, we are gonna call it here tonight. And I want to thank everyone for hanging out. I want to thank you all for playing. And we're going to go through our lovely players here in order of... Well, we're going to start with Noskavian. He unfortunately had to leave because he was sleepy, and that's okay. We love our Noskavian more than life itself. Our resident thirst trap.
And the beard.
And the beard. the sentient, thirsty beard that is playing Jason. Gotta actually put the dang thing in here. You think I'd be able to
also
type
with us on Fridays.
Yes, he
where
is. He's also with us on
playing,
Fridays as Barry.
Barry, our boy.
Not at.
You're Barry the Butcher.
This is what happens when people can't type. I can't type.
Always ready to give you a hand.
No, now we're going to do everyone in order of least to most likely end up pinned to a car. T103, who are you and why do you exist?
That's a fantastic question. I am Slippery Nosferatu. I play Slip here on Fridays. Mondays, I'm T103. Tuesday through Thursday, depending on how I'm feeling. Sometimes it's 7 days, sometimes it's Pokemon, but I stream over on my own channel.
Pixie, whatever way you want. Let's see. Morningstar, who are you and why do you exist?
Hi everyone! I exist to cause chaos and mayhem. You can find me all over the internet as the Risa Rave. I am here on Mondays as Morningstar. On Friday, I am Akaran, the Smeetsy. And then when I'm not on here, I'm on Lanya Gaming, where we go live every Tuesdays and Sundays. Probably more days are going to be added to that soon. Currently, we are doing a V5 game called Shadows Over Salem. Pretty cool vampire, occulty, Cthulhu-esque things happening with that. And then, yeah, my links are in the link that will be posted, including my spicy links if you're into that sort of thing. But please be respectful or else.
Always be respectful no matter what. Cloudburst, who are you and why do you exist?
I am Lord Rodon. I play Cloudy Burst here on Mondays, and I play nothing else publicly anywhere on the internet for anyone to see on any other day, so don't ask about it. It's not there.
Still needing to get some damn links for you, or at least a nice message. Damn.
What?
How
What?
both me and Shiv failing to do that?
I haven't given you anything. I've
There we
given you
go. There we
absolutely
go.
nothing to work with, man.
Cloudburst
Don't
has
you
a
do it.
wonderful
You gotta
voice
give him
and
a-
has the second best beard on Table of Horrors.
Second best
Yeah.
beard.
Nothing.
Yeah, no, this is
Only-
pretty good. Yeah, yeah.
But we gotta get a good like Cloudburst quote to put as his
Oh,
thing
that's
that
it.
pops
There
up.
we go.
God.
Cloudburst quote.
Oh no! Don't start quoting me.
Last but never least, Mojave, who are you and why do you exist?
Suffer, apparently. Hi, I'm Daybreakathon. You can find me here playing Mojave now. You can find me on Fridays playing Field is the character I play then. I can't remember my own name half the time. I did the character art. I've written a couple of fantasy novels. You should check those out. My art commissions are open if you'd like me to draw things for you. Oh, I also stream sometimes. Been playing a lot of 7 Days lately. That's been a darn good time. Very chaotic. And I think that's everything, except my dog is here, and he says hello.
Hi, Peppers.
Oh lord, I just saw Streamlabs go up. I think it exists now. It exists
no.
now.
Shiv, what have you done? Shiv,
No, it's
why have you
perfect.
done this to me?
It's ultimate. uh, so, finally, me. I will do this in proper order. I am Softanomicon, also known as Allfather Softy, and here is the Cosmic GM. Here on Mondays, Ebony on Fridays. I'm the right-hand man here at Table of Horrors, and am very excited to have all of you in our audience and my lovely players here, who are my good friends as well. I am also a streamer. I stream variety for most of the week, either video games or art. Generally speaking, right now, I tend to be playing with Day and dying a lot while playing 7 Days to Die and crying. Or just
fun,
getting
good fun.
angry and threatening other people. I have a Patreon where I'm making a coloring book, periodic table of elements monsters. Many people have... RJ, I'm getting to it. Many people have told me that it is worth it, or at least it's good. Someone at least thinks it's worth it, and Rissa very much likes them. So
It's great. Check it out.
that's what I got.
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy with it. I am Shiv's hedgehog husband. As in my opinion, that's the same thing as being the right-hand man. That's what I mean when I say that. But yes, my darling Shiv. I'm the
Also, their
moistest of
commissions are
squids.
open. Go get art.
Commissions are open.
Yeah.
I am the moistest of squids. And we are going to be raiding... There it is. Mistress Winter's Court, who are playing Pathfinder 2E. Hell yeah. I do love me some good old Pathfinder. I'm going to let that raid set up, because we can't go until... I'm stealing this from Shiv, and I think it's fun. We can't go until Mojave says the line.
It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine.
Wait.
We can't raid. Well, we just
Is
got
it?
screwed over. Why can't we raid? What happened?
Everything's
Oh
fine.
no.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh no!
It's all broken.
Exclamation point raid! Exclamation point raid! Do the do! Oh no! Please.
And everything continues to be fine.
We might
I
not be
think
raiding.
it might be that you can't raid that channel. You might have to do a different channel because sometimes they'll have like followers only or something like that, and it makes raids difficult.
All
I don't know if that's the
concerns.
case in this instance, but we might have to raid somewhere else.
Rissa, you got anywhere we can go?
Not at all. Shit.
Oh, hold on.
Gimme.
Hold on. The glorious
Oh,
Shiv
wait,
has found something. Well.
Okay.
I kind of love these people. Necronomicon Productions playing D&D.
Legit.
Hey. Edition.
Okay.
Probably 5. But hell yeah,
Probably
Necronomicon
fits. Most are
Productions.
fit.
There we
Yeah.
go. And Mojave already said the line. It's a
Alright.
lot of screaming and crying, and
They're fine.
we're all fine. We're good.
Organs.
Translation: it is not fine.